Okay, so once again, our show starts with an awkward fucking intro. But
Very
here we
awkward.
are. Here's our sleep paralysis demon for the fucking.
Right, yeah, yeah. Let's start with like some music, like wait. An intro that's way too cool for talking about these assholes. God damn it! Look at those eyes, those fucking eyes on the nostalgia critic. Those are his
Dude,
eyes, right? I mean,
I am not fucking with you. This picture genuinely freaked me out for a little bit. I have made peace with it, but God, it's creepy looking. In
yeah.
fact,
I mean,
there's
there's a
no.
lot going on that's so weird. It's so photoshopped from different directions, you know.
It's weird looking in the same way that the Jack Nicholson one was weird looking, obviously, but like that was makeup.
So yeah, we are talking about the nostalgia critic and his gang of assholes. The all those guys at the that guy with the glasses, which it was that
Yeah.
guy with the glasses way before it was Channel Awesome, right?
Yes, I pulled up this image as well. The original layout, we see Doug up there with the fucking Looney Tunes, da 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 da, and
Yeah, the
I
maroon and beige colors, which are just so pleasing to the eye. Everyone loves maroon and beige.
I once had to paint a house that went with this color scheme, and I was so disappointed with the house owners.
That's a fine color for a house. This is an all right color for a rug. Okay.
it wasn't it
Like,
wasn't a very pleasing color for their downstairs fantastic home theater.
it's
Uh,
fine for a home theater. What are you talking? Maroon is it's nice
the
colors for a home
walls
theater.
the
Not good
wall
colors for like a
look
fun
look listen listen.
website for dorks.
If the upper half of the walls were maroon, it would have been fine, but the upper half was the beige color, and then the bottom area, like 3/4 of the way down, the wall became maroon. So
Hmm.
you want your movie room to be dark colored,
Yeah, you
like a theater. So
do. Just
anyway,
hitting the
yes,
bong. Hitting the
this
bong.
this is that guy with the glasses.com. There might have been a way for me to
Oh,
pull
it
up like an
was.
archive
This is
version of
this
the
this is
website.
was
If there was a way for me to
is
do it,
was.
I didn't bother. But maybe I should have tried because, like, one of the things that Spoony bitched
Jesus
about.
Christ! You realize? You see what I'm seeing though? That's Junior right there,
Yes.
which I did not get right away. The cartoon doesn't look enough like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I didn't really make the connection, and the fact that he's pregnant didn't click right away either. He just I don't know like a pot belly on a guy, you know.
Doug draws those, doesn't he?
No, he does not.
He was
No, he does not.
he was an
He's got no
illustrator.
artistic skill. No,
He
no,
totally was. He was an illustrator for some sort of
no,
fucking newspaper. And then he started doing
no,
this that guy with the glasses
no,
shit.
no.
Yes. And then
He
he
wrote.
posted his
He
cringy
wrote. He did
ass.
not illustrate. Doug Walker cannot draw. No, he cannot.
I
He's not drawing these.
mm,
I am looking it up now. I'm going to see Doug Walker drawings. I do not think he draws. No.
look up Doug Walker's Wikipedia article. I swear it says he was an
Doug
illustrator
Walker
for a fucking.
drawings. Um. Okay. Doug Walker has done some illustration, but these are not. He does not illustrate like that. if that is Doug Walker's illustrations, I don't know. There's a lot of fan art. Did Doug Walker draw that?
I mean, it's the title card for the review.
No, he doesn't draw like that, that's for sure. That's not his work. His work is very minimal. I'll say that.
Well, we're not really here to talk about him. We're here to we're gonna summarize what happened, the little things that we missed with Doug Walker, and basically how this happened was he. Have you ever seen that stupid video where he quits that job?
Yes.
He like walks in and rips his shirt open and it says "I quit" on it, and he's blasting Queen.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, because he sucks.
Yeah, he sucks a lot. He started doing Nostalgia Critic and the character, that guy with the glasses. I think the bum came later. YouTube kept shutting his shit down. He had this weird strategy of having multiple channels for like each video too, I think. I don't know how it worked exactly. So finally, he hooked up with some dude and like they put this fucking website together. And soon it started breeding a hive of scum and villainy. And that's what we're really here to talk about, is the offspring of the Nostalgia Critic.
So I don't know if he can draw. This might be somebody else's artwork. It might be. I can't confirm it is his artwork, but he can sketch a little bit. He can sketch a bit, but that's not his artwork.
I'm going to get some water really quick. You make fun of Doug for a second.
All right. Yeah. He's there. There is some videos where he's talking and there's some drawings. So I think he might have drawn a couple animated things I've seen in the videos. He might have drawn those. He's not really very good at drawing, but he's not bad. He can draw cartoons. If you told him to draw an Animaniac, he could draw an Animaniac, and you'd be like, that's an Animaniac, right? So, yeah, check your Facebook, Dave. Check your Facebook Messenger.
I'm not going to my Facebook while I'm sharing my screen.
You can check your phone when you message your phone.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, you see,
I can kind of check my
his
fucking
drawings
phone.
are very minimal.
Wow.
He uses minimal
He can't even draw fucking Earthworm Jim.
I mean, it's right, the details that are there, but it's very minimal. Like there's a curved line there. He's very simple. You know what I'm saying? I've seen other drawings. He's drawn like he was drawing like Toad from Super Mario, and like again fairly simple character. So he could draw, right? If you asked him to draw the Animaniacs, he could probably draw them. He probably knows what, you know what I mean? He can draw a cartoon pretty easy.
That or he was secretly like having Rob do it and pretending it was
true that.
Maybe Rob is the
actually has no skills at all. Right?
Rob could be a talented person who has like weird like issues. I don't know.
Right.
But here's our first.
This is more reflects on me though. This one reflects on me as a human. I mean, a bear or a person. Here's what I'm saying: is that I prefer to believe that his brother, someone I know nothing about, has more talent and charisma than he does. I don't know why. Why is that?
Isn't that usually because that's kind of sometimes that's how it works with the show monkey and Doug when I look at Doug, sometimes I just think of one of those monkey toys that smacks the cymbals together.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
like,
Yes, that's
I'm
exactly
picturing
what
it
it is.
right. I'm picturing it right now, and it's so easy. I basically has the same.
Aggressively slamming those cymbals together. Yes. Yes, but I don't know. He probably does have some musical talent. He probably plays a musical instrument. He probably can draw.
Teddy,
I just don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe it.
Teddy. We know
Yeah.
for a fact he doesn't have any musical talent. We know this. We talked about it at length in the video that this is a follow-up to. We know that he does not have any musical talent.
It's true.
Also,
well, I mean, not that he, I'm just saying he could play a musical instrument. He could. It's possible.
No, it's
possible.
Not.
He plays a musical instrument. I'm just saying.
Impossible.
I'm just saying.
No, it's impossible. No. Doug would blow into a fucking recorder and it would sound
Hold up.
like...
I'll be right there.
Well, I'll continue explaining to the audience. Doug Walker, if he tried to blow into a recorder or a flute, it would sound like the screams of hell erupting out of a hellmouth. Like when you're playing Doom or something and a hellmouth opens and you hear like... It would sound like that. Or like... It would not sound like music. It would just sound like the screams and moans of hell. I'm 100% positive about this, by the way.
Right. We can't start the show like this. We haven't even got off the ground yet. We can't start the show like this.
We have got off the ground.
Because I know.
We're already on it.
Let's do it.
One more addendum to the previous video. His stupid ass joke. How long is this book? Short by Stephen King standards in reference to it. It is Stephen King's longest book. And there's going to be someone in the comments. I tell you, it's The Stand. The extended edition of The Stand is longer, but the longest book Stephen King ever wrote as is when released was It. So his joke was absolutely fucking stupid.
Well, I also because we did watch the It. We watched a bit of the It video on that video, didn't we?
Yeah, a bit of It.
A little bit of it. A bit of it. We watched a bit of the It, which was It Chapter 2, wasn't it?
Yes, because he had all three. He had himself as both Pennywises, and that guy, whoever that guy was, as the Joker.
Whoever that guy was, for some reason.
Because
he could have been him too.
No, we figured it out. Remember, a scary clown is a scary clown is a scary clown.
Is a scary clown. But I'm saying that Doug Walker could have played the guy who played Joker too, as well.
Oh, I'm
and then
shocked.
It just would have been would have been completely.
He's got contractual obligations to these people to fulfill. They got to have an X amount of screen time.
Yeah, and every time Malcolm walks up to him, he's like, how would I play this part? And he's like, you're black, though. I can do other parts. Come on, let me be he's like a white makeup and stuff. I could be Pennywise even. He's like, no. When I need a black guy, you know who I'm calling.
You can play Malcolm. You're black. You're black. Are the fart joke.
Malcolm.
Because you're brown.
You're black, not Malcolm. You play the black guy. Okay? And that's what he does. When there's a black guy, you're going to play Falcon. Okay. All right.
We need a Nick Fury black guy. Get in here.
I know. Hey, Malcolm, I know you're really looking forward to that Nope movie.
You know what the funny thing is?
Really going to use him on the Nope movie when they parody the Nope movie.
You know what the funny thing is, too? He kind of looks like Token Black from South Park.
What does that mean?
I mean, he's a token black and fucking Channel Awesome.
Well, nobody looks like people from South Park.
He's got the same kind of upper hair, and he's got this unmemorable fucking face.
You know, I was just thinking, I want to redo South Park, but put all of their eyes, replace their eyes with Veggie Tail eyes.
Oh.
Veggie Tales for South Park.
How about VeggieTales, but like they have human eyes. I mean, South Park, but they have human eyes.
Human eyes, right? Like do it like the Thumb Wars, right?
Like like that, or Clutch Cargo animation with the mouths.
Jesus Christ.
We're trying.
It's not too far off. Veggie Tail eyes aren't too different than the South
We're
Park
trying so hard to talk about anything other than what's on screen. Because this is the first fucking spawn of Doug Walker I remember, and you didn't believe it before, but there it is, Louis Lovehog.
It can't be how you pronounce it. That's not how you pronounce it.
That is how he pronounces it himself.
No. It's got to be. It's pronounced Lovhaug. Lovhaug. Right.
Well, basically, this article is basically as nice as they can possibly be to a guy who later said that he was a cocksucker, and that's not what we're going to talk about. We're going to shit on him because he's a nasty cock slut, Jenny, and he can apply as you wish. Yep, we're talking about this instead of that guy with the glasses stuff. Sorry. I remember 2 years ago, I found a video on YouTube of Linkara before he became Linkara. It was uploaded 2005 or 6. He was as skinny as a rail and his brother was in it. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? I lost the video from a long time ago and haven't been able to find it since. Just somebody randomly posted that one night looking for an old Linkara video, and let's see, what's the hour difference here? A half hour later, somebody says, try to find the video through Google. Find out that Linkara posted on a she-male porn forum back in 2005. Holy shit, Linkara had a thing for women with dicks long before he dated Iron Liz. And then it proceeds to be his post. Oh, to be on my knees in front of one of these. Oh, and I love the GIF ones. Lightbringer, the world's first superhero. It's not sex, erotic stories, or porn, but it's dramatic webcomic that may entertain you. Top fucking keck. I hate the word keck. Okay, this is him talking about one of his own stories. All right, my story was rejected. Sadly, it doesn't seem to. Oh yeah.
So this avatar over here. Can you zoom in on that little avatar that represents Linkara here? His avatar. He decided to go with the South Park character, armed with like a machine gun and what is that? Chainsaw.
A chainsaw.
Okay, chainsaw and a machine gun and sunglasses. That's cool. Wait. What year is this? 2005? That's very, very sus, right there. That is sus of a closeted.
This must be sus, because I have never ever heard you say the word sus ever, and I've known you for a long time now, and I've never heard you say the word sus. It is reminiscent of the Columbine shooters.
Right, with the South Park edge, right? He's South Park Neo or something. I don't know, right?
Okay, so point is, though, this is him talking about writing. And I wrote some fucked up shit in the past, too, but I've never wrote anything quite as fucked up as this. He says, All right, my story was rejected. Sadly, it doesn't seem to go into much detail as to why it was rejected, only citing two possibilities in the notice. Was there an underage, in parentheses, under 18 years old, as if that needs to be defined, sexual relationship in my story? We do not publish non-consent stories involving real life people or copyrighted claims.
Oh, okay. So
My
so
story
we don't know
wasn't.
what this. Oh, my story was.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
go
yeah.
ahead, tell us
Yeah.
what it was. Go
He's
for it.
gonna tell
Good,
us.
good, good,
My
good.
story was
Oh,
an
sweet.
unusual one, to say an
I thought we were
unusual.
going to have to piece this together by trying to
No,
figure out
no,
what.
no. 4chan did it for us. Okay,
All
so my story was an unusual one, to say
right.
the least. Essentially, it's a celebrity's tale featuring a few DC Comics superheroines, including Supergirl,
Supergirl.
Power Girl,
How?
and
But that's the
Wonder
same
Woman.
person,
Yes,
right?
it
Isn't
is.
Supergirl and Power Girl the same person? Okay, that's weird.
Power
So,
Girl
so they had
is
sex. She had sex with
Power
herself.
Girl is a Supergirl from a different Earth, like a different dimensions.
But is she older? She's older though, right?
Oh yeah,
Somehow.
like Supergirl is generally like older at this point, isn't
I
she?
like how you said that though. I like how you said that. Oh yeah, it's like
Well, I mean, like Power Girl has always been like a 20-something chick with huge knockers, hasn't she?
huge, huge. Well,
Like
Supergirl is like I don't know.
Supergirl is
She might be
occasionally like a
underage.
teenager. Occasionally, when I was a kid,
Yeah.
like young, during the Superman is Dead arc, I got the impression that she was supposed to be in like her mid-20s because she was dating Lex Luthor. So I've always kind of imagined Supergirl a bit older. But
Right. And so,
but
so
that
I'm
but
assuming
that
Supergirl is
that
underage here. Right.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Supergirl, Power
Supergirl is
Girl,
definitely underage
and
here.
Wonder
And he
Woman. So we got
says,
a young
right,
girl, a
two of
mid-aged
them were
yeah,
modified hermaphroditic clones. Right. So
who
Wonder Woman
kind
and Power
of
Girl were
who kind
modified hermaphroditic clones.
who
Who
kind of
kind
raped
of, right. Kind of
Supergirl.
raped
It's
Supergirl.
kind of
It's
confusing
it's
if you
kind of
haven't
confusing.
read it. Needless to
It's
say, I
kind
had
of
already
confusing.
read the part that said no under 18 years old, and I thought I had placed the disclaimer that for the purposes of the story, I had modified it so Supergirl was at least 18 years old. Forgive me for saying so, but this is seriously true that Literotica has no non-consent stories in their celebrities section. Forgive me for sounding skeptical. It's just that I could have sworn that I read. This is so easy to believe that he wrote this. I could have sworn that I run into once in a
You're reading
while.
it, but I'm reading it in his voice.
I can try. I can try.
Well, let me try it actually. Let me try
Okay.
it right here. I'm
Okay.
going to say
You are the talented one here. Yes.
I gotta think how Linkara talks, which is a little bit like I'm going to combine Bob Hope.
I can't do it.
It's a little bit of Bob Hope with also a little bit of Mr. Rogers, right?
There's a little list too.
A little left, and he thinks he's cool like Neil deGrasse Tyson. He is not. He's a little weenie boy. Forgive me for saying so, but it's serious. Is it seriously true that Literotica has no non-consent stories in the celebrity section? Forgive me for sounding skeptical. It's just I could have sworn that I've run into a few everyone once in a while. I read that wrong. Every once in a while that I had some, including seeing superheroes get raped. I might add.
... Yeah,
that's totally him.
In any case, if that was the issue at hand, I can modify it fairly easy. However, if not, if anyone wants to take a crack at it as an editor to see if they can find why the people who originally read it rejected it, so I can fix the story and get it up. And get it up.
And get it up. And
Next
get
host.
it up. I love that.
Grumbles. I might leave for a day and miss a guy who wants to be... Wait. I might leave...
Wants to be sucked?
Wait. I leave for a day and miss a guy... Oh. I fucking...
Wants to be sucked? I'm available for either sucking or being sucked at the moment.
Yeah, he's sad that he
What?
missed one who wanted to suck off.
Okay.
Okay, so
And he's not happy about that. He's a little perturbed that he missed some guy who wanted to get sucked off.
I'm not reading that.
That's what it sounds like.
I'm not reading
He
that.
grins, he licks his lips. Does that mean you want me to push aside those panties and suck your meat?
Oh God.
Only if you want me return the favor. This is starting to sound very.
This is him.
This is crossed from sus into some Chris Hansen stuff right here. Dang!
What the fuck is all this shit? Tyrone time? Oh, big black cock. This is a big black cock story. I apologize if there's any racist language on screen that I don't see.
We don't need to read that. We don't need to read it. Okay. No, get out of here. Ah, that's a nice picture.
Wait. Tyrone yawned as he finally entered the classroom, grinning from ear to ear as he walked over to his desk. Although he had been tempted to show up when he was supposed to have just been a bit... Although he had been tempted to show up when he was supposed to have a bit more... he doesn't understand what commas are. Bit more time to stare at the teacher's rack. There had been a cheerleader during lunch that had made him desire to have a little fun with him at the school.
Terrible writing. This is a very young kid. He's a little kid at this point. So he's writing is bad because he's a kid. You don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's bad. It's bad because he's a little kid. Yep.
This is straight up. This is a rape story.
Did Tyrone rape the teacher?
Yeah.
Is that what happened? All right, I want to read that. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
I had to select one. Yeah, the original post had a picture of what. The original picture had a post of what was shown. Oh wait, is this a list of all his? Okay, so his favorites. Evil in the Flesh, favorite stories. Okay.
Geriatric alpha male seduces straight father of two. Okay, that sounds hot.
Lots of girls' cocks.
Which summons lust demon and then loses control of him. Oh, okay, right. UPS man returns with a bite.
Wait.
The UPS man returns with a bite. Oh my God, okay.
18-year-old Wesley finally begins to please his busty mother. Ew.
What? That's kind of hot. I could buy that. I'll buy that for $1. That's fine. Got no problem with that.
So yeah, he's a freak, and here's a story about him being a cocksucker. Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh
my God! What's he doing with lamps? What's with the lamps? I don't know.
It's photoshopped. Okay, so this is a story from somebody who. This is a story from somebody who worked with him, supposedly, allegedly. Sorry. Atticon on break talking to a fellow employee about a girl I liked at the time who happened to be an employee. Lewis comes up and hovers. He does this a lot. He'll be standing by a conversation but not engage. And when he finally chimes in, you know, you shouldn't be objectifying women like that. I'm not. Then why are you talking about her? Because she's employed and I don't know our policy for that. Well, perhaps we need a tighter policy for those of us who would try to objectify our staff openly. Other dude says, Lewis, chill. Other guy says, Lewis, is for fuck's sake. And Linkara, I'm just saying maybe we shouldn't make women feel uncomfortable. Maybe we should be a little more enlightened about this. Keep in mind, the friend I'm talking to happens to be a woman, and all I've asked is what the steps are to make sure I'm not screwing up stuff with the HR people. That led to little of that. So who are we talking about anyway? Doesn't matter. Look, let's just go get some food. She tries to pull me out of it, but Lewis fucking follows us to the nearby food court and sits with us. Oh, come on, just tell me. It's not like I'll tell her or anything. He's like, for fuck's sake, it's blah. Okay, well, I wouldn't push your luck. She's a classy woman. What the fuck? What a dick. He waddles off. He waddles off. Later, she starts acting awkward around me, and I get a letter from Doug telling me that it's fine to pursue relationships. That's cool and all, but now everybody knows, and I'm fucked. Ended up getting with her anyway for a short time, but holy shit, it was awkward for a while. One more story. Lewis is doing lines for the hotel scene. Everybody wants to go to bed. Brad keeps joking that we should slip out the door and go chill at the hotel bar as the cameraman isn't even on them at the time and they're done doing scenes. He heads up to the door. Lewis, stop. Brad, what? Lewis, you do realize we're on set here? Brad, yeah. Brad leaves, standing there about to head to the door as well. Lewis goes apeshit. It's unprofessional to just leave another actor to do his scene alone. You're being unbelievably rude. Dude says, I'm tired. My scenes are done. I'm going downstairs. He says, very well, but I warn you not to tip the scale too much. I would fucking laugh if somebody said something like that to me. I hope that is actually what he said. Very well, but I warn you. Head down to the bar.
Well, I see. Who knows if they were kidding around or anything?
Well,
being over dramatic.
Apparently he bitched.
I don't know.
The rest of it is that he bitched to Doug. Doug comes down and says, Linkara wants me to talk to you. And Brad gets pissed off, and that's the end of the story.
Well, see, I used to work at a TV station thing in college. People get big egos when they have like a show or an outlet. And with the shows we did were more legitimate than what these guys did. We do a thing where you would show up to the studio live, right? You'd be on TV. There'd be a director, you know what I'm saying? Sound guys and stuff like that.
Right.
But it was very, very easy going, right? I mean, I would walk over to, I would set up a camera. Just go over to the closet we had, pull out a camera and a tripod, set it up, get the plugs, plug it all in. And whatever the setup was like, I don't know, a folding chair. And we had a bunch of like big boards to set up behind you, or, and if you could do whatever you wanted. You know what I'm saying? So I went the extra distance and painted a big background. I did a whole thing for my show. Not everybody went the extra distance. You know what I'm saying? That's okay.
Linkara has a reputation for being a bitchy little prima donna, though.
But he is probably one of those guys who went a little bit the extra distance to make his show like extra special. It's like, I go far for my show. I think I'm hot shit.
The Amazing Atheist quoted him as being a whiny motherfucker when he told his story about leaving that guy with the glasses. The Amazing Atheist was part of the website too.
Yes, he was the
distressed watcher.
The viewer.
Distressed
watcher. Which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
And
it really is. It's really bad.
The only thing
I've heard it so many times, it's not catching on. It's not catching on. It's not linking in my brain. I will forget it again. The distressed watcher.
He also tried to just do what Red Letter Media did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Red Letter Media, so did I. I did it too. I ripped off Wheel of the Worst. I did a little rip off of the Wheel of the Worst, except I rolled dice.
That makes me think of a that makes me think of a big bloated fuck that we should talk about in another video in the future.
Yeah. So I rolled dice, and I also collected videos that were along the same lines. In fact, I picked videos that seemed like you might even see them on an episode. You know what I mean? Like old people workout video, stuff like that. The one about head lice, like how to deal with head lice. Did you see those videos? The Wheels of the Worst?
Yeah.
I thought I nailed it pretty well. Oh yeah, your comment was that I needed somebody else to talk to. It's just me talking about the video, so it's not quite what they do, right? I need a panel,
Yeah.
and then I could more or less do what they do. That's the essence of it, you know. Yeah. Oh well, yeah. Anyway.
So
Yeah.
I don't have anything else. Okay,
Going off on a
wait.
tangent.
I have.
It's just the name of the show. It's tangent.
I do have a couple more things to say about Linkara and his bitchy attitude. One is his cringy ass video that he put out regarding his History of Power Rangers series, where he got very pissy with his audience asking when the next episode was coming out. And he got like overwhelmingly pissy about it. It was pathetic.
Oh, really?
He also put out that video where turn off that pesky ad block. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Oh, yes. He got pissed off about the ad block.
And then
with his bottom line.
And then he also put out a video where he pretty much flat out said that he's going to make a better prequel review than Red Letter Media did because they're racist.
Did you close the window with Linkara on it?
I did. We're on the nostalgia check now.
I know, but I actually haven't said anything about Linkara.
Well, go ahead and say your piece.
Okay. So I didn't know. You told me actually that he did breakdowns of actual comics, right? Like he'll read the comic and show panels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's, I had only seen him do something about Doctor Who, right? And I didn't know, like sci-fi guy, don't care, don't know. I seen him, saw him show up in the other things or various crossovers where he shows up with like either his magic fucking gun or that cosmic screwdriver or whatever. He's just always showing up being like, hey, sci-fi reference. They're like, I don't know. He's just some guy with a fedora who does crossover. I'd never seen his actual videos. And when I did, I was disappointed.
I think he is very bad at what he does. I think he is a terrible reviewer. I think his criticisms are very shallow. And he's not entertaining. He's just whiny.
He is sort of a kind of way he is. I compare him to like the Martian Manhunter.
Ha!
He's just kind of there to fill out the team. Look, I'm another guy. Yeah. Never fucking
literally
read a Martian Manhunter comic in my life.
I
just know he's another guy.
He got his fucking role on that guy with the glasses because the idea was have people review this whole big revolution of reviewers, and he was the one that did.
Yes, exactly. There you go. You're supposed to have other guys reviewing other stuff. Todd in the Shadows is the only guy that does music. He's the only guy who does comics.
There was
they
a
don't
rap.
Really have guys who review other things, you know? Like, do we have a horror? Because I know the original idea was more like we need a horror guy, we need a sci-fi guy, we need a fantasy guy, we need a comic guy, right? But no, everyone just reviews whatever. They just review movies mostly, and they review. Everyone was doing what Doug was doing too, and they're like, I'm going to review like this really bad old movie I remember when I was a kid, and Doug's like, that's already on my list. Don't do that. What? Like, no, I'm going to review the one with the monkey at the hotel. Like,
and then Doug started doing it too. He started reviewing movies that they had reviewed already. It just became a big clusterfuck.
A total clusterfuck.
And they
because
needed
Doug
a
wanted to get in on
girl.
the current movie.
And they
Why
needed
did he
a
become
girl.
the nostalgia critic in the first place? He should have just been, I don't know. He wanted to review, his first review was Transformers. He wants to review current movies. He seems to review current movies. Current movies. He doesn't have a very good repertoire for older movies. He's not very knowledgeable about older shit. He isn't. He might like cartoons, but he doesn't know the difference between Max Fleischer and fucking Chuck Jones. I'll bet you, he fucking retard doesn't know the difference. He doesn't know nothing about it.
Well, they also needed a girl, which is why Lindsay Ellis became part of the team.
Yes, the attempt to expand the team. Like, in fact, she was most heavily featured on the, what was it, Super Critics YouTube channel? The League of Super Critics.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Which was even a higher echelon. They're like, oh, join the channel, but some of you were definitely featuring more than others because only some of them were deemed worthy of the channel of the Super League of Super Critics, right? Like her, Brad, it was Nostalgia Critic, and everybody had a day of the week, right? Everybody's shit came out in a day of the week. Stupidest thing, though. I checked those videos out. They were shorter than the other stuff that was on the guy with the glasses because they still wanted you to go back and check it out on the guy with the glasses. Right?
Uh-huh.
Total clusterfuck. They're like, yeah, check out a shorter version of this video because we still want you to go to that guy with the glasses and watch the full-length video. But hey, look at this shorter version of the video on the League of Super Critics. Like, what? Fuck you. Why? I'm not... I subscribed to that for a little bit until I realized I'm like, that's like a half as long version of that video. What is that? What did I just watch? Right?
Oh, so the Nostalgia Chick contest was one between her, that chick with the goggles, and Mars Girl.
The chick with the goggles?
Yes.
Mars Girl. That's the chick with the goggles. Because she's anime or something, right? Or steampunk.
That chick with the goggles was some chick. I don't know. She wore goggles.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. And
I think the attempt there was the idea there was they needed a black girl, a regular girl, and a weed girl.
A weed girl?
That's what Mars Girl is.
No. Oh, totes. See, in my opinion, if you're going to have three girls, you need one girl. One girl's a dorky girl with glasses. One girl is a straight-up porn star, right? And the other girl is like fat as fuck, right?
Which
and
one?
She's the one that could be lured to the dark side by a donut. I'm saying you have your ideal three-girl setup in a team, right? Super smart girl, super slutty girl, and then a really fat girl.
I don't think any of them are
side of evil with a donut.
Well, I don't know. Things have been said about Lindsay Ellis, so I don't know. But here's
37 YouTuber while she retired from that, I guess. Best-selling author who quit Twitter and YouTube December online harassment.
Yeah, that's we're gonna read the plot summary of Axiom but she won
best-selling book.
She wrote the number 7 bestseller on the New York Times for 2020. Yeah.
For the year.
Yeah.
For the year. Very nice. Glad to see she's doing well. You know, she seems like a writer. In fact, that's how her reviews are. They're full of this writery shit. You know what I mean? Big words.
I'm actually not entirely sure what this story is, so that's why I pulled this up. But she got chased off the internet, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, she's had a real bad experience from the tip to the top of the bottom. I mean,
Harassed
think
to her
about that.
breaking point for pointing out that Raya and the Last Dragon was very similar to Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yes, that's what finally was the last nail that killed the camel's back.
Apparently,
Yes,
they
the nail, the feather, the last feather in the coffin. But yes, she actually shockingly compared the Last Dragon to fucking the Last Airbender,
bring
which
your
is
fucking
insane.
pitchforks and your fucking torches because I agree with her.
Completely, I completely agree with it. I checked out, but I never watched the Last Airbender, right? Avatar,
I
the Last
watched a
Airbender.
little
But the
bit
other
of
thing
it.
was the other thing's something else. What is it called? Something, the Last Dragon, right?
Axiom or no
Uh,
wait, I'm looking at the screen and said Axiom. Sorry.
but yeah, it's something, the Last Dragon, and something, the
Tora,
Last
something.
Airbender.
Yeah.
Right. And basically the idea is the same. You just change the bald kid into the dragon. Same thing. There's some ancient war where there were a bunch of bald kids, I guess. And they all died, and then there was one that was left, and they've been asleep in something because of a magic spell or some shit. And she's freed by a couple kids. And then stuff happens. There's some evil person that wants to get them, and they have firepower, and their power isn't just one. She has a power that unites all the elements. It's exactly the same thing. People are pointing out the fact that she's like, oh, they're both Asian, and I'm like, actually, they're neither of them are Asian.
I don't know if
both
might
of them
be.
are American, produced. You know what I mean. But written with some of the people who wrote and produced the project
Oh,
were
I
Asian,
thought
but it's
you meant the
mostly an
characters.
American studio. Right? No. I mean the studio that made them. This is all what we're talking about. Both of them. If you want to accuse both of the projects of being culturally, whatever, because they're produced by white people. They're directed by white people. There's some Asians involved, but they're not made by Asians.
So here's the plot of Axiom's End. Are you ready for
Okay.
this? Are you sat down and strapped in? In an alternate universe of the United States in 2007, famous whistleblower Nils Ortega leverages his large online following to repeatedly attack the Bush administration, alleging a series of government cover-ups. The nature of Nils' work forces him to flee the country, abandoning his family. Nils' daughter, Cora Sabino, is a young college dropout living with her mother and her two younger siblings in Southern California, where her parental aunt Luciana and a former federal agent also resides. Cora's family finds themselves under constant supervision by agents of the U.S. government, including a high-ranking CIA official named Sol Kaplan. Following a meteor strike not far from where they live, Cora's family is abducted by government agents, which Cora flees from a monstrous alien creature that broke into their house at night. The alien creature eventually catches Cora, implanting a tracking and communications device in her, using her as a human puppet to launch an infiltration of the Googleplex for unknown reasons. This infiltration fails when a mysterious pulse of energy knocks out the alien controlling Cora. It's revealed that the alien came to Earth to figure out how to make another member of its species died while being held captive by the government. And it was going to check Google. Cora and the aliens strike a wary alliance as Cora wants to... This is goofy.
Okay, well, all right, yeah.
They go to the Cheyenne Mountain Complex.
Sounds very okay, all right. Well, let's scroll down some. This is not a very condensed.
There's bad guys called oligarchs. George W. Bush shows up, and he's doing first contact, and he resigns, and Dick Cheney is sworn in as president. This is maybe it's great. I mean, it did really well.
Okay, whoa. Okay. Release. Okay. Reception. Less about action and exploration, communication. No. Down. Go a little further down. Come on, scroll down.
Oh.
Sequels. In a video update on YouTube in 2020, Ellis announced the second and third books in the series will be released in 21 and 22. We haven't seen a sequel. Second novel, Truth. Oh, it was published. Okay. The second novel, The Truth of the Divine. Can't use there an article about that. Look up that one. Do it.
Nope, they want me to pay for it.
All right. Well, anyway, I mean, sure. She's got another book published. That's great. If that's number 7 for the year, that's great. You know what I mean? So she's got 2 more books ready to go or ready to come out in the next couple of years. That's great. That's wonderful. Chased off the internet because of her tits. So let's see. That's unfortunate. Guys suck. Chasing chicks off the internet. You know what I'm eating right here? I'm eating a tofife. Have you eaten the tofifes? They're like candy things. Chocolate.
There's Spoony.
Spoony looking good. He's looking good.
Looking fucking great, man.
Man, he looks good, babe.
He looks so happy. He looks so fucking happy. I gotta piss. I'm gonna let you just riff on this for a second.
Jeez. Yeah. Well, man. He's got that fucking poster in the background. It's a picture from the Ghostbusters 2 guy. The villain from Ghostbusters 2. He looks like the villain from Ghostbusters 2. Of course, the villain from Ghostbusters 2 sucks. Ghostbusters 2 sucks. Fucking Ghostbusters 2. It would be a better world if there was no Ghostbusters 2. Can I say that? Is it okay to say that? We'd be better off without a Ghostbusters 2. Go. He's got the guy in the background, the Ghostbusters 2 guy. What's his name?
He's looking so healthy. Vigo the Carpathian, I think.
Yeah.
He's just looking so healthy and so happy. I feel so bad for laughing at his misery, but he turned into such a cocksucker. Spoony was so promising when he started. People really liked him. And he covered such a huge array of topics. He was the Uber reviewer.
Well, I mean, the big guys kind of did. Right? They covered anything. Whatever I feel like.
Yes,
and
but
him and Brad Jones more or less mirrored.
Spoony would cover shit like... Go ahead.
Well, I think him and Brad had a mutual respect as far as actually reviewing shit, actually being aware of old, weird, obscure shit. Right?
Yeah.
So they had competing things where he was doing some kind of Reb Brown, right?
Mm-hmm.
Brad had a couple characters, very obscure actors that he like collected all of their movies. Like I fucking remember what it was. Some guy, some old Cinema Snob videos where he saw a bunch of these. I can't remember what the guy's name is, but he had a bunch of videos starring this guy. I, for one, at one time collected a bunch of movies starring Michael Dudikoff. It's like, who, fucking Michael Dudikoff? Who's Michael Dudikoff? Exactly. Exactly. The fuck is Michael Dudikoff? Like, I got a bunch of Michael Dudikoff movies on VHS. Like, it's cool because he's so obscure and whatever, right? But anyway, he got on Reb Brown. I was like, well, that's a good choice. Reb Brown has his filmography is kind of crazy. You know, a caveman movie going into outer space. There's like there's a Rambo knockoff. It's great. Great.
Oh my god.
Same with Michael Dudikoff.
Like,
right.
But Spoony would cover so many random weird things though, like a British TV show for kids that, like, have you seen that one?
Yeah. And I love that. I love that stuff he covers. He's totally right up my alley. He does the GameStop video with the lady who talks like all street.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Oh, Game Crazy. The Game Crazy training video, which
The
is just
weird-
a regular whatever video. But then there's this red lady that's like, that was mad dope, dog. And she keeps talking like this with this weird street lingo. It's just so, it's very weird. It's great. It's great stuff.
He also reviewed a lot of those weird FMV games from back in the day, which most people don't even have the patience to even try with those pieces of shit.
I know he knows the fucking Dragon Strike. You know Dragon Strike.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Dragon
Basically,
Strike's something I've watched on my live streams a couple times. Does he do a video about Dragon Strike?
Yeah, he did. It's basically just like, it's like simplified.
It's a movie.
Is it?
Dragon Strike. It's like a half-hour little mini movie. Shot using basically the Tron technique, right?
I know.
Where everything is shot. Yeah. You've seen it. It's the VHS that comes with basically a Hero Quest style. It's tabletop role-playing game. Yeah.
Dragon Strike the game is basically version 1 D&D, but even more simplified, which is insane because version 1 D&D is extremely simple.
Right, and with version 1 D&D, you just picked a barbarian archer kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, so same there. And you have a little figure, and you move around a map, and then it's like, oh, you run into Scorpion guy. It's like, okay, and that's much what you see.
It was a good tool for teaching someone how to play D&D. It's best to,
and
it's
the best
to
thing
ease
about it,
people
even
into
though
D&D.
It's so glorious the way it's done. So it's done Tron style, which is that they have actors in costumes shot in front of not
And it
green
has
screen or blue screen.
And it has Malibu.
Yes, Malibu, the American Gladiator, who was he was in the was he in one of the Critters movies or something? He was
definitely
in the second Mortal Kombat.
He was in Mortal Kombat 2, yes, along with
right as the Centaur.
Yeah, Taro.
But he's but yeah, so it's shot in black and white in front of a black background, right, and then colorized. For why I don't know, because that's the Tron technique. Shoot it in black and white, and then other things are animated because Tron didn't use real 3D animation. Exactly, right? They would shoot 3D animation and then create a plate that was then composited using old-fashioned techniques. So a lot of the stuff where the actors are walking around was just drawn using very old-fashioned, drawing techniques.
Yeah.
Not 3D animation. And so there is some 3D animation in the Dragon Strike, but it's very simplistic thing when they see a dragon. It's all right. Like, man, like it's all right. It's cheesy because it's really old techniques, but it's great because those techniques were hard to do, and they're doing some cool shit with it. But
it's
even
also
with all
extremely cheesy in the way that it's very, very goofy.
Very presented, very silly. But even with all the effects and that fun stuff with dragons and like a scorpion guy and a dwarf and all that, the best part of it is just this head floating in the black, which is the guy who's the Dungeon Master or whatever, telling you the story.
Now you're
He's just so
working
over the
together.
Yes, he's like, yes. Now he's great. He's so wonderful. He's better than the black old guy.
No,
like that guy.
no, foul. No,
He is better than the black old guy.
Disagree. No, the Gatekeeper is amazing.
Yeah, but that's a good video. That's one of the best.
The Gatekeeper one is one. The Gatekeeper videos are two of his better videos too. Mm-hmm. And that's another thing
actually,
about
all of his video board games. Love those video board games. What was the last one he did that was really sad? It was the last one.
VCR Golf, I think, or like a Justin Bieber game.
No, it was the bird watching or something. And he just kind of stared off into outer space and was talking about moving in with his girlfriend or something. Just like, man, he just trailed off at the end of that one. The game was so bad. Just a VHS board game about bird watching. It's kind of, I get it. I get what he was doing, but it's like the whole thing just kind of trailed off, isn't it?
His final act. Yeah, everything. I can actually give you the timeline. His last actual Spoony Experiment video was Big Trouble in Little China for the Commodore 64, which was a great video.
And you could tell he bent over backwards to get the actual hardware, the actual stuff to do it. Right.
And by the way, the fact that he was able to make something fun and funny out of that game, I challenge anybody, look up that video game, Big Trouble in Little China, Commodore 64. Just watch a playthrough of it and tell me you don't get fucking bored.
There's nothing, but it is like classic angry video game nerd kind of thing, ultimately. You know what I mean?
With costumes,
yeah.
He did it. He has said on multiple occasions that Big Trouble in Little China is his favorite movie. But anyway, then he did one of those vlog videos of where he just sits and records, raw footage of him reviewing a movie that he just saw, and it was him and April, and it was The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and they fucking hated it. And the response to the video was incredibly negative. So then he made a response video to his own video, calling out everybody for bitching about his video. And then everything started to stop. The Spoony Experiment video, the vlogs stopped, the Spoony Experiment videos stopped, the Wrestle stopped, everything stopped.
Yeah. Everything stopped.
He pissed away a Patreon that was paying him $5,000 a month plus, and he is now a miserable asshole that hangs out on Twitter all the time, and all the time, constantly. It never ends with this guy. He just completely imploded upon himself, turned into this miserable bastard you see before him. And this is all anybody talks about anymore, is how bad he is now. Nobody really even remembers. Like, the shit that was good with this guy was so fucking long ago at this point. The last update to his Patreon was in 2016. And one of the kind of scumfuck things about him is that he continues to collect money on that Patreon, despite the fact that he does not produce any content. His last live stream even was probably 2 years ago at this point. So he hasn't done anything but tweet.
He's still tweeting?
Oh yeah, all the time.
I thought he got banned from Twitter or whatever.
He did, but then he got unbanned. I think he got banned from Twitter for making.
He get unbanned by Elon Musk.
Maybe. But
yeah, he's still making about $300 a month on Patreon.
Yeah. For nothing.
He's
People
got 81 people still supporting his ass, giving him $300 a month to do nothing. It's funny. Well, you know, what are you gonna do?
How many?
I don't know. You can't do much with $300 a month, can you?
You can do. You can. I'm sure he knows how to stretch it at this point. That's about $3. That's about $3.75 per person.
Yeah, I guess so.
And people have speculated, like maybe it's people who have signed on to his Patreon and just forgot they're signed on to it. But I don't know, man. I look at my bank statements, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, you have to, unless he has it set up on auto pay or something, you have to actually set that up.
Now, here's the thing. I'm sure that a few people watching probably want us to talk about everything regarding this guy. But the truth is, all the shit regarding him getting fired from that guy with the glasses and his Twitter explosion and meltdown, it's all been talked to death, and there are better videos out there that are way more coherent than us two fucking stoners.
Yeah.
We're a stoned bear and a guy who lives in a tree. If you want to hear the real nitty-gritty on this guy, then I recommend the video Down the Rabbit Hole, the Spoony one. And that's pretty much the only thing you need, because after that, there's really nothing to update. His dog died. He lost his house.
Oh.
He lives with his brother now.
Yeah.
He got a new dog. I think he found a stray and adopted it. I'll say this, his Twitter seems to be a lot less hostile lately. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. He's not hostile to people. He's hostile to Star Trek. He's really fucking pissed off about Star Trek. Like, he has the Mike and Jay approach, or Mike and Rich approach. And he's furious with the way Star Trek is going. It almost makes me think, like, maybe that fucking spark is finally going to ignite and he'll turn his fucking camera on. Because people have made the observation for a long time now that if he just put the long diatribes he goes onto on Twitter into a script and set it in a camera, there's the videos. Because he'll make like 40 tweets bitching about one thing, like some random thing in a movie.
Yeah, he wants to bitch, but he's just not doing it.
Right. And his live streams, please edit out all me clearing my throat. Anyway,
yeah.
He also was doing these awful live streams.
Okay, wait. No. Yeah. That's what he actually, what we say is his unproductive time.
That's what that's what the screenshot is from. Time. There was nothing but
this, during his unproductive time, he was going on 8-hour-long live streams.
Yes.
Right? The channel wasn't, he wasn't putting out new content as far as new edited video, but he was putting out really, really long live streams.
Where he didn't talk hardly, but when he did, it was
he didn't
almost...
talk much. You just
do you know who Darkside Phil is? I know this is getting a little off topic, but you know who Darkside Phil is. That's anybody out there who knows who Darkside Phil is. Spoony is so bad at video games that he has his own "this is how you don't play" videos, specifically for Alien Isolation, which I don't even like that game. I got my money back, but I'm not that fucking bad at it. And Kingdom
It's by
Hearts.
the same guy that did the Darkside Phil videos. The Darkside Phil videos done by that guy who did those videos of how not to play a game.
Right.
Did Spoony.
Because Darkside Phil is like embarrassingly bad.
And now Spoony is embarrassingly bad, like Darkside.
Spoony is embarrassingly bad, and he played Metal Gear Solid 4 at one point, and he took the single most boring ass approach you could possibly take to that game, which is all stealth using the knife.
Well, so Spoony is as bad as Darkside Phil, but now he hasn't been caught jerking off.
He hasn't been caught jerking off. Has
not been caught jerking off.
If we're gonna go into the rumors about him, not even rumors, theories, he has said multiple times in the past he has some kind of crazy fainting condition. So it stands to that happens if his heart starts beating too fast. So it stands to reason that sexual activity is difficult for him.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, the chain of terrible events was April left him. The house was his own stupid fuck up because Spoony subreddit. There are some creepy stalkerish people on there. I just want to say that. But they found his house when it came up on the listing when it went up for sale. He shouldn't have got this house in the first fucking place. It was too big. It was too expensive. It was an unwise investment with the type of income that he had.
Right.
And as far as I know, he moved back to Nevada and now lives with his brother again. So from the shittiest fucking downfall to the guy who basically, I said earlier, he crawled through a river of shit and came out clean on the other side. Because I don't have anything mean to say about this one. Do you?
Angry Joe. Well, okay. Before we get an Angry Joe, he's not exactly like the other guys on the channel also twist. In a couple major ways. Right?
He has a lot of charisma.
First of all, you look at it here, former TNG.com, primarily Blistered Thumbs. And so, before we discuss him, here you go, click on Blistered Thumbs real quick. Right? Save that. Let's open up Blistered Thumbs, what that is. Now, who's affiliated with Blistered Thumbs? Is there a little list on this here?
Real quick.
Headed. He's headed by Angry Joe.
Quick, we'll mention that this was the video game branch of Channel Awesome, and it only lasted 4 years. There it is, right there.
Oh, it did. Okay. So this was headed by Angry Joe and has guys.
Okay, Zai, Lee David, Bennett the Sage. I want to pull up Bennett the Sage. I just want to mention.
Yeah, Bennett the Sage sounds familiar. I don't really know.
Bring up Ben Zai. I forgot about Ben Zai. Yeah, Spoony covered a lot of video games. Spoony covered as many video games as he did movies. Hope Within Chaos. We'll bring him up a little bit.
JewWario.
I don't know. I
Guru
thought I saw
Larry
him there, but Guru Larry.
Larry.
Bring him up. There's some things to say about him. Lord Cat.
Is he the fat guy with the goatee?
Yep.
Review Tech USA. Just scroll past
I didn't know. Hold on. I didn't know Tron had anything to do with these guys. Wow, that had to have been way early on for JonTron.
Does that mean Peanut Butter Gamer's in there too?
Yeah, he's right underneath.
Peanut Butter Gamer. Yeah, okay. All right. So, but I think they also might be associated with Normal Boots. There's also like a thing called Normal Boots. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
you see any affiliation with...
But Bennett is this guy.
He was in... Now, I remember seeing him in the videos.
I want to explain what this guy did, because this is something you can appreciate, because we're not too far off from the same age. he covered a lot of that crappy fucking anime, that dog shit anime that we had here in the 80s and 90s. That shit that you had to go out of your way to find, and when you watched it, it was being voiced by people who did not give a fuck or were just really bad at their job. Like, I remember this one he covered. It was him and Spoony, actually. There's this dude in it who is like 8 fucking foot tall. And he's like this giant dude with a thing that covers half his face. He kind of looks like Auron from Final Fantasy X. And when he talks, he sounds like this. No, I don't think I should travel with you. I'm still traveling the countryside, fighting the enemies.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
you know what I'm talking about. You saw this shit. You ever saw Devilman?
Yeah.
Devilman was like a higher quality one, in my opinion, but it was still terrible.
Right, just because the voice guys didn't know what to do with it.
This dude was known for having a pretty edgy sense of humor, not really caring about making jokes about taboo subjects. He never got like racist or sexist or anything, just like gross out jokes. And another there's an article for it right there. I don't know if these videos are still possible to find. I know a couple of them are. Masterpiece Fanfic Theater. He, with a straight face, would sit there and read entire fanfics, the worst ones he could fucking find. He covered the notorious My Immortal, which is a fanfic of Harry Potter that every single word in it, I think, is misspelled. And it's poorly written, and he read it verbatim. And there would be little like subtitles that popped up every so often when he wanted to throw a thought about what he had about that particular moment. He also covered a fucking Jurassic Park one where somebody fucked a velociraptor. And I'll never forget the line, "It released its hot velociraptor love Tabasco all over him." I'll never forget that line. And another one that was a crossover of Dragon Ball Z and the Diary of Anne Frank. That happened.
What?
Dragon Ball Z and the Diary of Anne Frank. Someone wrote that.
Nope.
Goku fights Hitler to save Anne Frank from Hitler, and Hitler goes Super Saiyan.
Okay.
But moving on to the next of the scrubs. Benzai, the I thought was gay Frenchman, but then I guess he did married a porn star. This guy covered porn games.
Benzai.
He covered the very controversial game Rayplay.
Oh.
Yes, a game that is essentially banned throughout the world. And then there was this big fat fuck. Oh my God. Big fucking fatty fat. This big fucking fat fuck who had a heart attack at 23, because of course he did. Look at him. He's the size of a couch. Oh. And then Guru Larry. Now, I don't really know anything about this guy, but I think you do.
Yeah. Guru Larry is... Well, he's from the UK. Right?
Right.
And on his YouTube channel, he has a video of himself appearing on television at a very, very young age in some kind of video game competition show, right? And let me tell you, he looks exactly the same as he does in this picture.
That's
as like a 14-year-old. Yeah. He just got bigger. But actually, more recently, Guru Larry's actually lost a bunch of weight. If you look at him there he is. You see yeah, the second picture, that's him as a kid, right? Yeah, there you go, right? Same color shirt, too. It's like the same shirt.
Oh, shit.
Now, more recently, though,
Oh,
he
shit,
has
yeah.
lost a bunch of weight and grown his hair out. He doesn't look like the animated version.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Okay.
thinner in his hair. Yeah, there you go. There's more recent. He's much thinner and his hair is longer. Right?
He looks like a completely different guy.
He does. He does indeed. But it's still him.
It's
still him. Now notable for Guru Larry, since he initially he is this great fucking classic gamer who's been around since the beginning, and his abilities as a gamer have been proven time and time again, right?
Right.
But as in the channel Awesome mythology, he is known as the great. He is the shit posting fucking last hanger on as everybody left the channel. Everybody left the site
as a
until
joke,
there were just two people left. Right, he hung on as just a joke. As it was just him and Brad Jones, and most people figured Brad Jones just hadn't even checked his account or anything because there was no activity whatsoever. But he continued to post stuff on the Channel Awesome Facebook and the Channel Awesome actual that guy with the glasses.com, and he was shit posting the whole time as it slowly disintegrated.
And this was covered. And this was all covered in our video of the hashtag change the channel.
Yeah. The change the channel thing. When that all collapsed, he's a hero because he stayed on.
I remember him having issues. I remember him having long-standing issues with Channel Awesome and that guy with the glasses. Because I remember a very long time ago, people were saying that he was talking a whole lot of shit about everybody else on the site, and kind of seemed like it was true, and I wouldn't blame him.
Well, he knew way ahead of time. He knew way ahead of time what was going on. He just stayed on, more or less. I believe in a kind of keep your enemies closer kind of situation. You know what I'm saying? He stayed on there so that he could keep an eye on what the fuck was going on. And I think that's a good position to be in.
We're going to listen to a little bit of a video.
Oh, yes, Lord Cat and the Spoony thing.
Yeah, we're going to listen to
an interview with Lord Cat about it.
Yes. This is
actually good because
hold on.
Talking about Spoony. We're indirectly talking about Spoony while we talk about this other stuff. That's
technically we were talking about Angry Joe, but this is something that is
but we're also talking about Blistered Thumbs. It's the whole thing. It's the whole thing. It's all the same, right? Yeah, so hit play on that real quick.
Well, hold on.
I'm gonna grab a beverage.
All right, I'll just explain real quick. This actually is not an interview with Lord Cat. This is I think this is his podcast where this just kind of happened. I think it was directly in the aftermath of Spoony's original meltdown, where he made an inappropriate joke on Twitter, and shit happened. So then this happened.
Oh, indeed. We're back with part 2 of Lord Cat Live. Hour number 2. His bullshit. I was cranky. I found out something, courtesy of the chat room. Found out that Noah Antweiler decided he wanted to abuse one of my fans who called him out on his bullshit. Now, I've worked with Noah before, just like I've worked with many people with that guy with the glasses. I've had a lot of respect for people with that guy with the glasses, and I no longer respect Noah Antweiler. I used to respect him because I felt he put a lot of work into his videos. He
starts out very calm like that, but shortly
I had a chance to go to South Korea, meet the guys at Azubu. I fucking couldn't. I had to turn it down. Because I promised my mom I would take care of her.
Then in the interview, he starts to get
Fine, and I totally agree with you, and I think that's
around
unprofessional.
Here, maybe here.
A chance to go to South Korea.
Oh, no, keep playing up there, brother.
So sick of you. You have no respect for anyone else. I mean, it's very apparent you have zero respect for your own fucking audience, let alone everyone else around you. Let alone yourself. I'm sure you don't respect your fucking self. I'm sure you go home at night and you fucking beat yourself with a whip. You just got to admit to the fact that you're a fucking loser, just like every other internet nerd on the face of the fucking planet. Just like me. You're just as bad as me. You're as big a loser as I am, only I'm a better man than you, because I put my money where my mouth is. Not you, not Joe.
Ah, yes, the big accusation. Here it is.
We're creating really good things. Now we're assholes, but we're creating really cool things here. What are you creating? Nothing. You've created nothing. Every character you've made, every video you've made, at the end of the day, it means nothing. Because you're not building anything. You're just doing the same systematic thing over and over again. You do nothing for your fans, and you do nothing for the people you're associated with. And so officially, for the first time on a show, I've discussed it before, but let's discuss why I left that guy with the glasses. Now, I am breaking my agreement here with that guy with the glasses by discussing this.
Oh, no, he's breaking the agreement.
The world, Spoony, heard just how much of a fucking idiot you truly are. You and that other idiot, Joe. When you were at E3 that one year, and you decided to go up and down the hallways, scream about XCOM's betrayal, and Joe decided to ask people, can I choke you on camera? Guess what happened, Spoony? Guess what fucking happened? The whole gaming industry turned its back on me. Not you, not Joe, not Blistered Thumbs, me. I went to GDC the following year, Spoony. I went to GDC the following year, and I had a chance to interview Notch, Mojang, Specifications, Minecraft. Had a chance. A fucking chance. He was hot then. That was going to be huge for This Week in Games. That was going to be huge for the stream. It was going to be amazing. And you know what happened? The representative at Mojang caught wind that we were going to interview Notch. And he stepped in. And he said, oh, I've heard of you. You're with that guy with the glasses. You're with Blistered Thumbs. And I tried to tell them, no, I'm not. But he said my name was associated with them. And he heard what you did. Making a fucking jackass of yourself at E3. You fucking moron. So they shot it down. And then word spread at GDC. Oh, I heard about you. You were the guy at E3. They thought I was the guy at E3 making a jackass of everyone. I was there trying to be a legitimate member of the business of the gaming industry, and I've worked my ass off to separate myself from you. Every time. You just don't get it. Every single fucking time. You act like a complete fucking jackass. It has repercussions for everyone you're associated with, and you don't give a shit. That's why I left that guy with the glasses. I can't fucking stand you. Bunch of...
It's all Spoonie's fault. It's all Spoonie's fault.
Well, according to this guy, I mean, is it ever anybody's fault, or is this guy?
I'm being.
This guy sounds like he might
I'm being
be
sarcastic.
a bit of a bitch himself.
Yeah, I'm being sarcastic. This guy is being so bitter and so whiny. I was going to pull up a video of babies crying, but no, I'm not going to do that. So he also said...
Yeah. I'm sure this eats away at Spoony, though.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
Yeah. This is the impression that this is
But then there's Joe.
Here we are, Angry Joe, yes, who is also, I guess he's bitter at Spoony too because of that.
Is he?
Because he's had he's had doors slammed in his face in the gaming industry, and he really wants to be legitimate. He wants to be in there. And people see him kind of as an ass. Not entirely because he is an ass.
It's been a while since I've heard of Joe and Spoony associating with each other, so I guess it's not too hard to believe.
It's not. It's no mistake either, right? Mm-hmm. But that's why Angry Joe is in the position he is because he has managed to separate himself from those other guys, and successfully. You know, he's managed to make his own brand, his own thing, without, whatever. Good job, Angry Joe. He's doing good.
Yeah.
He's doing fine.
Really don't know if he's doing fine. Say about that. I will say that just about every time Doug Walker basically forced this guy into something, or they collaborated. Maybe it was willing, I don't know, but he was always made to look like a complete fucking idiot.
In the videos?
Yes. The Superman Man of Steel.
Yes.
That video
that needs to be discussed right there. Is Angry Joe versus the Nostalgia Critic it started with the Man of Steel, and they kind of did a sequel with Superman versus Batman. But Angry Joe, it was a big promotional thing, right? Angry Joe's on one side, and Nostalgia Critics on the other side, with Superman logo in between them, debating on which was a very divisive movie that year. Man of Steel. Some people were very high on it. Some people were very low. I've mentioned it before. I'm going to mention it again.
Yeah.
But I know one guy, Peter Rallis, who put it as his number one best choice, 10 out of 10, great movie. Not 99% great, 100% great. And then Lindsay Ellis, who we just mentioned, on her list that year, it was number one. 0 stars. It wasn't number 2. It was number 1 worst movie of the year. Crazy. Just complete black and white. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I remember it. It was unpopular to say that you liked it.
In certain circles.
Certain circles, yeah.
Other people were like, yeah, it's good. It's good,
I liked it. I still do.
I liked it. I would,
yeah. The things that bother most people don't really bother me all that much. The Christ symbolism is a little goofy, but it's fine. Superman's a little goofy.
I think it's part of it. It's like, yeah, it's part of it.
And the over-the-top destruction, for somebody like me, it was more along the lines of, finally somebody has figured out a way to put on screen how dangerous Superman is. Yeah. Like, he's a good person, but he brings about threats that result in things like that occasionally. He just kind of draws it, you know what I'm saying?
Right, and it's ridiculous to think that, okay, so in the Dahmer movies, right, Donner, right, called Dahmer or something, it's funny. He does natural disaster stuff, reverses tornadoes, there's a flood happening where he cuts off the top of a mountain and just plops it over, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, which I'm pretty sure wouldn't work, but
none of that would work. None of that would work.
In Superman 4, in Superman 4, he drops a fucking top of a mountain into a volcano hole. I'm pretty sure that would make the volcano explode, but I'm not a scientist.
Well, it'd make the one volcano explode, but as he cuts off the top of the other mountain, he would open up another volcano.
Possibly, yes. And I say this as somebody who loves all 4 of the Christopher Reeve movies, even the bad ones.
Great, yes.
Even the bad ones.
They're all watchable.
Superman 3, controversially, is my favorite one.
That's a very controversial. Even I still put it at the low end, right? My list is kind of like, it's like 2, 1, 4, 3. It's still 3's at the end, you know what I'm saying?
It's like, oh God, it's so hard for me to separate 1 and 2 because they're like, there are cuts out there of them, but the two of them just kind of merge together and it totally works.
Sure. And I know that the version I saw in, like, the one where they're blowing people in the streets for fucking 15 minutes straight.
No, that's
It's
still
like-
it. That's still in the Richard Donner version. The
See,
difference,
that was the implication, is that the silly shit was not in the Donner version.
well, listen, the silly shit. Okay, take away. Listen. Let me make my fucking case. Take away the guy getting his toupee blown off. Take away the guy in the fucking phone booth who's still talking while getting knocked over. Take away all the comedy shots and keep all the shots of, like, people getting smacked by bricks and cars getting flung around and explosions happening while these three are just kind of casually standing there, just kind of blowing. They're not even blowing as hard as they can. It's like three gods just because they're all walking up to him like, let's kill him. And all it takes is to just be like, and they're just gone.
So maybe a shorter sequence too?
It's shorter and it's way, way, way more dramatic. And also the scene where Lois Lane figures out Superman's identity, like proves it, is way, way, way better in the Richard Donner version. I think the version we're seeing isn't a completed scene. I think it's like a rehearsal scene. I'm not sure because it's kind of weirdly acted, but she pulls a fucking gun out and just shoots him. And he's like, you know, if that hadn't worked, Clark Kent would be dead. And she's like, it's loaded with blanks. That sounds like something Lois Lane would do. In the theatrical version, he just falls into a fucking fireplace, like just his hand for like a second, and it doesn't come out all burned to shit. And she's like, you are Superman.
Well, I get. Wouldn't Superman know that he didn't get hit by a bullet?
It's debatable, I guess.
You're like, bam! You're like, I didn't feel it.
It's always been kind of debatable if he can even feel being hit by a bullet. Because it's been implied many times that he really just doesn't feel getting hit by it.
So if he's okay, so that would more or less cinch that up for me, that he doesn't feel it at all. Right?
And in the director's cut or special edition or whatever of the original movie, there's a scene where like the part where he's breaking into Lex Luthor's lair, his underground, like, I think it's like a subway tunnel or something.
Yeah.
He busts out a few other weapons against him. Like he tries to freeze him, and he busts out like a room full of Gatling guns. And the implication is very strong right there that he does not even feel it, because he's just kind of looking around while being lit the fuck up like, yeah, well, that was creative, I'll give you that, but it's not going to work.
Right, I've seen that sequence. That I don't know why that was ever cut out.
I don't either. It's so good. It's so Superman-y. It reminds me of, oh God, what was the guy's name back in the 40s? George Reeves.
Uh-huh.
It reminds.
I mean, it implies more. It's just more action.
Yeah, it's nice to see Superman use his powers. It's
we
the
got
point.
Lex Luthor. He's got his place. Is because otherwise in the other cut he just spins his way down there and he's like, hey, what's going on? You know.
Superman 3 has that fantastic sequence where we see like the psyche of evil Superman versus the psyche of Clark Kent, which you told me was actually supposed to be him versus Supergirl.
Yeah, that's what I understood. But apparently, there is also evil Superman. Well, wait, Superman turns bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
the kryptonite would still cause him to go crazy, but it would have been like a crossover with Supergirl, and she would have been the one to knock some sense into him.
But also, that would still be a thing that somehow Clark Kent separates himself from Superman.
So it would have been both of them.
Apparently.
That would have been cool.
It was a complete clusterfuck is what it is.
I
learned more about what Superman 3 was going to be in another video about the whole clusterfuck that is Superman.
It was going to be a Brainiac movie, and
yes,
it still is.
Definitely going to be Brainiac.
It still is. It absolutely still is a Brainiac movie. We just don't see Brainiac until the very end, and he doesn't talk. But the second that fucking computer goes sentient, it starts doing the kind of shit that Brainiac would do.
And Superman 3 had a lot of stuff that got... Now, I'm thinking about Superman 4. And what got cut out of that.
Superman 4 had like 50 minutes chopped off it, I think.
Jesus Christ. There was a whole thing with another fucking Solar Man. A retarded Solar Man that was cut out.
Yep.
There was a whole bunch of other stuff.
There was a scene where fucking Nuclear Man starts like flying around the entire planet really fast, like blasting out his radiation as hard as he can with the intent of causing every fucking country to think that every other country are launching their nukes at them.
Right, and there was a bunch more with Lex Luthor's cousin. Like, John Cryer actually talks about all these additional scenes he shot.
There was a lot more about Nuclear Man falling in love with Lacey.
Yes, there was a whole side story about all that.
That comes out of nowhere in the fucking
it seems to, but in the
movie.
original cut, there was a lot more going on there.
I know, I've seen the scenes. I'm saying, like, in the completed movie, it comes out of fucking, where is the woman? Wait. It has some setup. One scene prior, he sees her on a newspaper, and he's like, damn, I gotta get a piece of that ass. And then he
There's so much more
attacks fucking Metropolis as, where is the woman?
Well, I mean, and in the same case with all those Superman movies, Supergirl had a whole bunch of stuff that was completely cut out that you only see a fragment of in the movie. And Superman 3, there was a whole bunch of other stuff that just totally got cut out, and now there's just a fragment of it. In fact,
it has been years and years since I've seen Supergirl. Is it as bad as its reputation?
It's totally as bad as it, and it makes no sense. There's a bunch of stuff where she becomes like a schoolgirl with the glasses. Like, she's enrolled in school and stuff's happening. But and she's got like classmates and whatever that is. A lot of that's cut out. It makes no sense because it's so fragmented. You don't know what's going on, right?
That could make sense if it fucking had like just a little bit of dialogue dedicated to her having the idea, like, maybe I should set up some kind of fallback if my mission fails.
Yeah. And so in Superman 3, there was a whole action sequence, a whole fucking action sequence that they had set up and then just abandoned. Instead,
what was it?
Well, Richard Pryor tells us the sequence that we didn't get in the sequence on the roof when he's skiing around. He explains the sequence that we didn't get in the movie.
Oh, the whole Superman fighting the crazy storm.
Yes.
So basically, what we're seeing is like that sequence chopped up into pieces.
Right.
The tornado shot is the worst shot in the movie.
The tornado shot?
where he just literally turns it upside down.
Yes.
It's very,
it's
it's very, very Superman-y for the time, but it's
and the
done
effect is
very.
just a basic swipe, right?
Yeah.
Just like a Star Wars screen swipe. Except
Yeah,
it's
it
coming
literally is
from a
just
storm sky to a clear sky, right?
and then done the other way on another shot.
It's really bad.
I never realized it, but you are absolutely right about that. It looks like a Monty Python effect.
But I mean, Superman it's one of the things he's known for is fighting natural disasters, right?
This is okay. Final word on Angry Joe. Neither of us
But that's
really
a total
have any-
tangent. I know how much we go. Okay,
Neither of
somewhere
us-
we lost it. He was.
Well,
Wait,
no,
let's get
no,
back
no,
on
no.
track. Man
Well-
of Steel. That's where we started with.
Well,
We're on a
that's
tangent.
what I'm getting at.
Him and
Hold on, man. Let me make a point. We don't have anything really mean to say about this guy. Like, he's had his controversies, but whatever. He seems like an okay fella, I guess. Unless there's something horrible I'm unaware of. Wouldn't you
The
agree?
worst I heard about him was that he didn't really know JewWario that well when he made his video crying about it.
Well, you know what?
Which is probably a good thing.
We'll just not talk about that. You know, we'll not talk about
Right.
Mario at all.
No. We're not talking about him at all.
Video,
That's the worst thing I heard about it. Worst thing I heard about
that video,
Other
yes. The whole point of the video was people who like Man of Steel are stupid and Angry Joe is stupid.
Right. It wasn't really right. Because we went a bit of a tangent, and or take it back to the Man of Steel with him and Doug Walker. They weren't on equal footing. They weren't. They set it up like the two of them were going to have an equal argument. Of
Hello, I am Angry Joe, the angriest film critic in all of Mexico. He literally went for that joke.
Did he really?
Yes.
He did a voice and like mocked him.
He fucking justified the joke within the joke. He's like, is this voice really racist? I don't know. Maybe next time I'll try a different one. It's like, what the fuck, man? Joe doesn't even have an accent.
He does not.
If he has an accent, it's the accent of wherever the fuck he's from in Texas, because I'm pretty sure that's where he's from.
Yeah, not his family,
And
you know, is from elsewhere, but he was born in Texas.
He's not Mexican too. He's Puerto Rican.
Right. But it's all the same. That's part of
people are going to call us SJW fucks for even acknowledging that.
Hold on a sec. Let me grab this cat. What are you doing? You go outside. What are you doing? Oh. Yeah. Are you bringing up the Man of Steel video?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna show that part. I'm gonna show
right.
being a racist.
Real father? Right.
Oh.
Talked about this.
You know where it's at in the video?
No, but I'll find it. I got it turned down as low as I can, where I can still hear, not drive the audience insane.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, you find that.
Many are just trying to have a fun and the graceful to others becomes women assisting who?
God, I had repressed this fucking thing from my mind. I don't remember half this video, and I'm so happy about that.
You're still looking for it?
Yeah, it's a fucking 50-minute long video, dude.
Yeah. Agrees and we keep it that. It's actually that.
Fuck's sake.
Like no can agree with even the last orange and just onto that. Jump for
Maybe I should start from earlier. Fuck. This might not even be the right video.
Yeah. You might have insulted him in the Batman vs Superman video.
I know I never watched that.
Oh, you know you never watched that. You know for a fact you never watched it.
Yeah.
Now that's how do you come back?
Oh my god.
Uh,
We might as well watch the video.
I've come full circle at this point. I don't want to watch this fucking review.
Point is, he made a racist joke. It was kind of racist.
Yeah.
Implying he was Mexican, and he's not even Mexican. He's Puerto Rican. But he's from Texas, really. His family's from Puerto Rico. Whatever.
And then there's this bitch. I don't like her. I don't have anything
Obscurus Lupa.
I don't have
get
anything
the
nice
name.
to say about her. I don't get it either. I've never gotten that name.
So she talks about things that are obscure
Sure.
and a lupa. What's her
does-
real name? Okay, Allison Pregley. Pregler?
Regular, yeah.
Pregler. What a last name. What a name. And the stuff she's done, I don't know. None of her stuff really broke out in a big way on her own. Bay watching.
Her
She
stuff
like to watch
broke out,
stuff
but
that's
her stuff broke out with people that like did stuff she already did, because she did The Room before Doug did.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, a lot of the stuff I noticed she did. Scroll down there. Let's look at her videos. What the kind of stuff she does. She does do a lot of TV stuff. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Honor commentary. Now I ain't seen good stuff. Anything there. You scroll down a little bit more.
And I want to be clear to the other half of people who get offended. I'm joking. I don't think she's a bitch. I just don't like her videos. Her grievances with that guy with the glasses, I believe most of them.
Here. They're near the bottom. I click on Allison drinks cocaine and urine.
It's not a link.
It's not a link. I want to know what this is about. So
Yeah,
she's drinking
sorry.
cocaine and urine. It's just you can't just say that.
I don't want to search that any further.
I don't know what that's about. Anyway, there you
Things
go.
that, yeah, it was risky just trying to Google it a little bit.
That's not reflective of her usual content. Not really, but yeah.
It's time we took a look at this.
Oh, God. All right. Yes, the scene, the big scene. No.
I'm gonna show when he comes in, because I actually like how Angry Joe is introduced in this. It's pretty funny.
He's the one showing up for the boat. Right?
He's like a car or a boat. I can't remember which.
Right.
sir. How are you today? Well, Can't talk now. I just want a free car.
Where did he park? That's what I want to know. Where did he park his car, and just is he walking from?
He walked all the way from Texas
Yes.
to
He walked from
Chicago,
Where did
and
he?
he
Oh,
strutted that whole way.
I guess so. Texas over there. And then just walks in the door. It doesn't
All right,
matter.
where's that free? No, 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 no. Let me guess, you guys are promising free car too. But there is no car, is there? It's a nostalgia critic again, isn't it? No.
Yeah, that hey man, that's like them fucking all agreeing on how fucked up their lives are because of him. But it's
Sure.
real. But it's real.
Right now. That's good. He's good at being mad. He's good at freaking out. But let's fast forward to them in costume.
We are.
Get up in the get up. Oh, what the fuck is that horse shit?
I am only doing
Goddamn
this.
fucking horse shit.
I'm only doing this because you want to watch this.
Oh God, I hate this part. With this is one whole part, right? It's not going to be split into two videos, is it? The break in between these isn't going to come in the middle of the scene, is it? I'll bet it is. Where they got this done. Okay. It is, isn't it?
I think so. The next
What
part
a
is
bunch of cocksuckers. Anyway. Right in the middle of the best scene in the movie. We're just going to cut this and split it into two parts there, right there.
Well, hold on.
Wait.
Maybe I can
together?
Maybe I can fucking remedy this.
Yeah, there it is. It is one movie there. It goes all together. Right
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so
We go right up to the 20-minute mark.
Excellent.
Yeah.
We prefer it if you call our names out first.
Yeah, it's more dramatic that way.
More dramatic that way. Yeah. Let's find out. I didn't need to see him in the costume. He's Link. That's fine.
I don't know why he had to like be little kid Link. No, because here's the thing. Let me back it up a
the
second.
crotch shot thing.
Yeah.
It's
That's
just showing
the
off his
only
crotch.
reason.
That was
Because
his-
like
it was his skit.
older Link wears like, pants. They're like tights.
It's also a really
but
cheap
still pants.
store-bought costume, which it's made of shitty materials. And
I'm not even sure
he's
that's
wearing
a
the
Link.
tie still, though.
I'm not even
Still
sure
wearing the
that
tie.
I'm not even sure that's a Link costume, dude. I think that's a green. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a manly costume. Not as manly as mine.
But I'm just gonna let this play because you
Yes.
insisted on this. So I'm gonna full screen it.
Yeah. Full screen it and occasionally maybe pause.
Joe, don't scare me like that. Hello, my name is not Joe. It is Inigo Montoya. You killed my brother. Father, prepare to die. All right, very nice, Joe, but don't do that. We don't need to encourage every tights-wearing idiot to sneak in here like that. Fire, you fool! Prime 7 to the secret fire. Wielder of the flame of honor. Dark fire will not avail you. Flame of Odin! Yeah, well, not before you come in, Dumbledore. In fact, is anyone else already here?
Yes? No.
All right, get on in here.
We prefer it if you call our names out first.
Yeah, it's more dramatic that way.
All right, fine. Linkara.
And Linkara is what?
I am a civilized man. I must remind you, Critic. I am
Oh, I thought he walked in and said his name. I don't know who this is.
I play it. I think he mentions who he is.
a civilized man with some sort of Monty Python sketch? I, good sir, am King Arthur, as played by Sir Richard Harris. Actually, I don't
Okay,
think
pause. First, a couple things. First of all, he's King Arthur, and his beard is drawn on with the Sharpie marker, right?
Yep.
And it's not for the rest of the thing. Only for this thing here. Only for this part right here is it drawn on. The rest of the video, he doesn't have the drawn on here.
I think that's Spoony's costume too, because I've seen Spoony wearing that exact same costume in the Ultima reviews.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
So that's I think it's funny that he's not.
So that means that Spoony was a team player at this point, at least in some way.
Actually, I don't think he was knighted. Kind of ironic. In the greatest movie ever made, Camelot. What's the Elvish word for prat? Harrowby! Hey! Save it for Broadway! All right, now where's the nostalgia chick? Oh, no!
तेरी जान मालूंगी महाराज
What did she say?
मेरा नाम आरवन है मुझे हमेशा भूखी रहती हो
What?
Read the damn subtitles.
Oh. Calm.
That one's funny.
Ask me what is best in
I
life. Okay, what is best in life? To crush the enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of that woman. Present company excluded. I like it. A Frenchman playing an Austrian.
So I don't know that guy. All right, here's the first guy we haven't actually talked about yet.
We did. This is Benzai.
Oh, yeah? Okay, so he's one of the Blistered Thumbs. Okay, so we have so far talked about everybody so far.
He's the French pervert.
Okay.
He's the one who, the best joke in, what's the one before this? Kickassia?
Mm-hmm.
That speech. Let me tell you about a group of people that didn't give up. They were called Nazis. He gets up in Linkara's face. And he's like, "Are you a Nazi, Linkara? Are you a Nazi?" And fucking Benzai, because he's French, he gives him like the big ass evil eye. It's a funny sight gag because Benzai is very, very, very French. And as I understand it, like I said earlier, I think he married a porn star, so good for him.
Excluded. I like it. A Frenchman playing an Austrian. It'll confuse the enemy. Very nice. Who else is there? Sage.
There. Okay, we've seen this guy. Yep.
Daughters of you. I am King Aslan. Oh, shut up! I don't know, ass man. I don't think you got the noise. Come on, guys, stop laughing.
You're probably not gonna like my costume then.
What the? Bayless, is that you?
No, it's the Rock Biter.
You look like a steroid elephant turd.
Well, my little friends think I look...
I have never seen The Never-Ending Story. I have seen the second one and the third one, but never the first one. Does he sound anything like the Rock Biter?
No, he doesn't sound anything like the Rock Biter.
Okay,
In fact, if you wanted to queue up the Rock Biter scene, just look up Rock Biter scene from The Never-Ending Story on YouTube. There's no point. There's no point.
We might get like a copyright hit if we watch that.
Right. But so anyway, there's this guy. He's like huge. He's the size of a mountain.
I know what the Rock Biter is. I've seen like a picture of it. I think he's in the other two movies, isn't he?
Yeah. Basically in different.
But he's not as cool. I've always
been
been told the first one is like a badass fantasy movie compared to the other two.
Yes. He in the movie he's presented. the thing about Neverending Story is there are several creatures that are so massive they don't even fit on the screen, and he's one of them.
Cool.
There's another one. He goes to seek a giant turtle. Like he goes out to the swamp and he's on a giant hill and he's like, "Where is this turtle?" And then the hill starts to shake and then rises up and the giant hill is the turtle shell, right?
I know
giant
you.
Turtle head.
I know you don't give a flying fuck about Final Fantasy, but in Final Fantasy 15, which is a Final Fantasy game I don't give a fuck about, one of the super bosses in it, you're running across this big gigantic fucking field. I only know this because I watched a video. And you see this mountain in the distance, and you know that your target is an Adamantoise, which means giant turtle in Final Fantasy. I don't know what the fuck it means, the word. That mountain in the big way the fuck off distance turns out to be an Adamantoise. So
Right.
the game hits you with like a holy shit level scale boss.
Same here. In Neverending Story, there's a giant turtle. He talks to him.
So Final Fantasy ripped off the Never-Ending Story.
Sure. There's a couple other gigantic creatures.
I love this face I paused on, by the way.
Well, I mean, even Falcor. You know Falcor, right? The luck dragon.
We're going to get to Phalus eventually, I guess. He is on the list, but I guess we can talk about him here a little bit. I never really
you
liked
know what I'm talking
this
about.
guy.
The luck dragon. Falcor. Is he in the other movies?
He is.
He's a big fucking puppet that's really too big to fit into a shot with an actor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was the whole point, basically.
Right. And that's one of the things about Neverending Story.
Whoops.
You can compare it to like Dark Crystal or more like Labyrinth because then it has a kid that jumps.
Wow, if you press 1, it just fucking stops on Lindsay Ellis's cleavage.
Nice.
So that's for all you pervs out there. Pause the movie and press 1, and it'll take you to an exact timestamp of Lindsay Ellis's tits.
Nice. So but yeah, Neverending Story. You should see the first one. The other ones are not very good.
Okay.
You look like a steroid elephant turd. Well, my little friends think I look good, don't you? These are my little friends. They've come to help stop the nothing. Say hello to my little friends.
Very nice. Anyway,
So this has nothing to do with Neverending Story at all. The voice, his little friends, I don't know what the hell that has to do with Neverending Story. Except that at the end of the movie, we run into Rockbiter at the beginning of the movie, then we see him again at the end, like as the nothing has been wiping away a lot of the world, right? And he runs into the Rockbiter who's just sitting there. He's like very sad because his little guys, they blew away. I couldn't hang on to the little guys. They just got sucked out of my hands. That's all. There's just nothing about him holding little guys. And he's in my face. Nothing. None of that's in the Neverending Story. We run into a sad Rockbiter who's kind of like, I tried to hold on to it, but nothing was too strong. That's all we get. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I don't know what he's doing. This is weird.
I don't think we're even fucking halfway through this.
No, we're not. We're not. But we're meeting everybody, and that's good.
They'll be watching you.
But I think he's genuinely just like
I have an interesting bit of trivia about somebody coming up.
So I'm thinking this guy, right, pause right here. He's looking at him. He's paused. So he goes like, I have nothing to go with on this Rockbiter thing. So I'm just going to be really weird with the G.I. Joes. He's like, okay, fine, whatever. I don't care because I don't have any jokes to go with the Neverending Story and the Giant Mountain Man. Whatever, right?
Girl, where's Mars Girl?
I'm instantly lost. I know that this is an anime.
Uh-huh.
I don't know anything about it.
So anime, she's Mowgli. Basically Mowgli from the Jungle Book. She was raised by wolves.
Okay.
Got it? Raised by wolves, and that's why she bit him in the leg. And now, but here's the thing I want to point out. 2 of the girls we've just seen both spoke gibberish with subtitles.
Yes.
I
mean,
not
okay,
even
wait.
giving them lines.
Okay, wait.
You're going to say gibberish.
Let me
and
back
you're-
this up a bit. Let me back. Hold on. Let me back this up a bit.
She did say something mildly Japanese, though. Hotashiwa is something.
She might be speaking Japanese. She is a
That's not
big.
what she said, though.
She's a
I
big
know what
fucking.
Hotashiwa is not what she just said, though.
Yeah, but the subtitles could be wrong.
Oh, they're totally wrong. She is saying
that could be the
something
joke.
Oh,
But-
yeah, she's voiced by Gillian Anderson from TV's X-Files. That was the case on... Oh, no, the wolf was, yes. Daughter of the great wolf god, voiced by...
And for those that are curious, this is Mars Girl, the other nostalgia chick winner.
We did talk about her a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. This is the chick that like spearheaded the assault on Vic Mignogna, the voice of Broly, on his Me Too hit. That I've talked to this chick before. She hit me with a whole bunch of stuff that goes all the way back to the 80s. I don't know how to feel about the fucking accusations against him, and that's all I have to say about that. I don't hate her because she had things to say about that. Because she certainly presented me with a lot of shit, so it kind of seems like, yeah, okay, go after him then.
Mm-hmm.
So let's move on, because she's an anime chick, and I don't watch anime other than Dragon Ball and Hellsing.
So she's...
Is this a joke from the anime? Does she keep biting people?
No, she's just raised by wolves. She was raised by wolves.
I was going to say, it seems like something that would happen in an anime, a character that keeps biting people.
No, she doesn't really. I think she might bite somebody at some point, but it's not.
That's the indicator that Goku is fighting a true threat if he bites him. He bit Frieza, he bit Broly, he bit Boo. He bit fucking Broly under lava. You really should watch that movie, dude. It's the fight gets fucking crazy.
All right. Bring up Dragon Ball Z. The first of 2 Harry Potter guys. I don't care who this guy is. Doesn't matter. Bring in the other guy.
Hold on.
Bring in the other guy.
I want to say who this is.
guy.
I want to say who this is. God damn it!
I don't care who
This
guy is.
person is a girl now, but so I'll say they're the daughter. They are the daughter of the
Daniel Radcliffe.
No, the bald guy from whose line is it anyway? What's his name? Colin?
No.
Yes, this is Colin's kid.
Looks just like him.
Yeah, this is Colin's kid.
Oh my God! Look at that.
I'm not.
It does it does?
I'm not.
The eyes. It's in the
I'm
eyes.
not making this up. This isn't like some joke. This is Colin's kid. I've seen pictures of them together. This is in fact his kid.
Okay.
So
hit play.
that's the interesting bit of trivia I had about this person.
Okay, hit play here.
Is in the air. Hey, you copycat! I was going to be Harry Potter. Says who? Says me. Yeah? Yeah.
Who to say? Hey! We got 2 Lord of the Rings and possibly 2 Narnias.
What?
Well, you do kind of look like the older sister. So we can have 2 Harry Potters.
But he shouldn't even qualify. I'm authentic British. Yeah, well, I'm Canadian. That's as British as being Turkish, you tit. What are you talking about? It's about you, twat!
Stop it! As far as I'm concerned, you both look equally stupid.
But I look more stupid, right?
Oh, yeah. Right. Now, where's Cinema Snob?
All right, that's good line. Now, this is the worst one, in my opinion.
Why is that?
He has a bad impression.
Let me get some water and you can explain this.
It's a bad impression of Harrison Ford. He thinks he does a good impression of Harrison Ford. It's not. And And his whole look with the glasses and the goatee, it's not working with the Harrison Ford. Also, he's too short to be Harrison Ford. That's why Shia LaBeouf will not work as an Indiana. Not gonna work. But he's not the worst. Actually, his costume is probably, in actuality, the best. To be honest. You know, the fucking lion costume is a store-bought piece of shit, right? Fucking, you know, that guy's not really wearing any armor, but he is in fact wearing an actual leather jacket and an actual fucking hat. He is pretty much wearing more than anybody there.
And why is that the worst one then? Because of the oppression?
It's not. It's not. He's just the worst guy to be trying to be.
Well, he's another person we're going to get to eventually, and I don't have a lot nice to say about Brad Jones, but let's continue.
Oh, come on, Indiana Jones? That isn't fantasy.
It's quest-based, so it counts. Anyway, he survived a nuclear explosion in a refrigerator. If that's not fantasy, then I don't know what is.
Pause right there.
All right, fine.
Get this. Get ready for this. I'm about to blow your mind.
Okay.
Nuking the fridge.
Mm-hmm.
You know that term became like jumping the shark, right?
Yeah.
So here's the deal. That is actually something that we're going to do in another movie. another Spielberg. Well, not a movie Spielberg actually directed, but one he produced. Was supposed to be the original ending to a Back to the Future with a slightly bigger budget.
Oh, when the time machine was still a fridge.
When the time machine was a fridge. And in fact, Bill and Ted was originally, their time machine was going to be a van.
That would have been awesome.
Then they switched to they kind of reversed each other, right? They were going to be a fridge, and then they went to a car, and then they were going to be a van, and they went to like a box. You know what I'm saying? But the original ending was going to be that refrigerator. You know, right? Same ending. Imagine the same ending. They're in it. They're in the mall parking lot. He pulls a big giant box out of the back of the truck. It still has the liquid stuff. Where you know, it still needed the stuff to run it.
Plutonium.
The terrorists still would have shown up, and then Morty would have had to jump in. Not Marty. He would have had to jump in the fridge and then go back in time. But in order to go back to the future, he was going to have to nuke the fridge.
That's amazing.
But then the budget cut came along, and they were like, well, we don't have the budget for the big nuke scene. They had already got the downtown set built, and they're like, they came up with a great idea to turn the clock tower was not a clock tower. It was just a city hall fund, right?
Am I thinking about it too much that this is an atheist joke calling Indiana Jones fantasy?
It is. It is fantasy. It is fantasy.
Okay, let's keep going.
It is fantasy. I'm going to agree with that too.
Oh, someday my prince will come.
No, what's wrong with you people? It's fantasy-based, not fairy tales.
Fairy tale
yeah,
is fantasy.
I forgot. Fairy tales
Yeah.
are so based in reality.
Fairy tale is fantasy.
Reality.
No shit, fairy tales
Well,
are
that counts.
just like
Especially-
a kind
right.
of, yeah.
He didn't mention that when Angry Joe showed up from Princess Bride.
Right. That's a
Princess
fairy tale.
Bride is a fairy tale and not a... So, stupid.
The premise of the movie is that the kid is literally being read a fairy tale.
Right. It's a fairy
Let's
tale.
giving in to the dreams of your imagination.
Who's this guy?
I don't know who that guy is. Maybe another Blistered Thumbs guy?
Nah.
Fuck, what is that?
I am Peter Pan, the little rapscallion who will never grow up.
Well, I can clearly see that.
Now, that's the only funny part, right there. That's worth the whole scene. That's it's worth the whole scene. It's just like...
Good. I can use every ounce of your rage.
Oh my God, you're
He's
Jeremy
terrible.
Irons from Dungeons and Dragons?
Good. Is that
Had to point it out. Had to
Jeremy
point it out
Irons
because nobody
is
would guess
terrible.
what that was.
I would have guessed that immediately, dude. Just the way he's actually kind of dressed like him, and the line. He's doing a good impression, in my opinion.
Yeah, but this guy, the expression on his face, the whole thing, he just throws the thing down. He's just like, like
yeah. Let's see.
And the literal stallion who will never grow up.
Well, I can clearly see that.
Good. I can use every ounce of your rage.
Oh my god, you're Jeremy Irons from Dungeons and Dragons?
Good. Does that upset you? I can use every ounce of your anger.
I don't want to ride with him.
Hey guys, check me out. 'Tis I, the Dread Pirate Roberts. From The Princess Bride. It's Todd. How's this?
Oh, hey, Tom, you're...
I'm Willow.
Ha ha ha.
Of course! Okay, well, there's only one person missing. Where's JewWario? Apologies, I was busy
Oh
doing
my god,
dance
he comes in
magic
these last.
Oh my god, it's David Bowie from Labyrinth.
So weird.
He's
Why
playing. Hey, Teddy.
David
Teddy.
Bowie.
He's playing a character that's trying to hook up with an underage girl, played by a musician known for hooking up with underage girls.
My dance magic dance. Oh my god, it's David Bowie from Labyrinth.
Oh my god.
He's got the...
And the girls love it. Oh, the girls love it.
Can't tell if I want to swamp
Hello, I'd certainly like to get to know you better.
Oh, most certainly. Here, would you like to hold my ball?
Ladies!
All right, you all look epically ridiculous.
So weird. All right, see that's it. That's all you need right there. That's our whole cast, and then some. All you know what I'm saying? That's the whole cast from the Channel Awesome.
Oh, I'm kind of trying to force you to look at Doug's crotch because you made me.
No, right. You can cue up something else, but that's it. That's the scene. It's the best scene in the movie, and you laughed. That was a genuinely.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I laughed a couple times.
Yeah. But, you know, the stars of the show, right, were the stars of the show still. And they shined when they put them all together. You know, they kind of wrote themselves looking cool and stuff like that. But by the time they made this movie's okay, I guess. But man, that fucking how is the next movie 4 hours long? Is The Boldly Flee really 4 hours long?
3.5.
3 and a fucking. How did they go? What went wrong? How did they go so far? Because Boldly Flee is unwatchable. I haven't been able to even get I can't get through the credits. This is so bad. See, I don't even know anything. I haven't been able to watch it.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on in this movie, right?
Have you seen Flight of the Navigator?
Yes, love Flight of the Navigator. Did you know how many different ways Flight of the Navigator is insanely ahead of its time?
No, but tell me after this.
Okay.
How did you get to Europa? What are you talking about?
The hole.
Cinema Snob.
can't.
What?
I can't. It won't let me.
Teddy, they're trying to act. This
I didn't ask you to play this at all. Don't play
this. No. You're getting this.
He's doing some kind of thing where Matai is and combining Flight of the Navigator with what?
Yeah,
Sphere?
but that's
Sphere?
the part. That's the part you need to see is the Flight of the Navigator stuff.
Explanation.
Right, you know, but
How does that?
what's the other movie?
Oh, here it is. Listen.
What's going on?
He's showing us.
See if this is happening on your computer.
Yeah.
Looks like Stephen Hawking's grocery list.
Who knows what's in this guy's head? It could take 8 Will Huntings to decipher this all.
I don't think I like this.
Spoony. Where is the hole?
Okay, so anyway, yeah. So it's Flight of the Navigator, but also Matai is Spock in also. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's Search for Spock meets Navigator, Flight of the Navigator. All shot in this guy's parents' house.
What's he doing?
He's searching through star charts. Our computers don't have his information.
Just straight up lifting dialogue now.
Right, I don't need to see this.
I'm gonna show you something worse.
No.
Oh yeah. You made me watch that fucking scene. It's my turn.
No. We still have the Blockbuster Buster.
Oh, I know, which is why you're getting a dose of this.
Okay, all right. But we're going to watch the Blockbuster Buster video. We're going to skip past what is essentially the review, right, of the Justice League, right, to just the skit, the epic skit within it, which is in many ways like another one of these because it has several other guys and it's equally stupid and stuff. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a Channel Awesome thing.
It's not equally stupid. Get ready.
Okay,
it's not equally stupid.
Snakes in the house, bitches!
Is she the superwoman, Kryptonian?
Yeah.
Who's she supposed to be?
No. Wait. No.
What the hell is that? He's in the car? Driving this thing?
It says the control room is this way.
So he's snake solid in the house.
Yep.
It's not that big a house. How big is this house?
I don't know. That's enough of that.
Wow.
And here's the guy that got fucked on doing the special effects of that movie.
Right, I understand. He didn't get paid very much to do a whole bunch of
extra work.
Effects. Yeah. And he was in it, too.
Yes.
So...
And everybody was miserable, and everybody hated their lives, and they didn't know what the hell Nostalgia Critic dying meant for their shit.
Right.
And
Ultimately
Spoony,
didn't mean anything as they brought him back anyhow.
Spoony got fired before the fucker even came out, and he featured heavily into the movie.
Oh, he was like the main character, playing many different characters.
Yeah, to himself and Turl. I don't have a hell lot to say about Phaelus. I never watched his videos.
Yeah, scroll down. Let's see what kind of stuff he talked about. Exactly. I know he did stuff about Mortal Kombat on TV. There was also an animated series. Funny stuff. Yeah, look, he did some Dragon Ball.
I guess horror movies.
Yep. Mortal Kombat. Yep.
And then these fucking pieces of shit.
Yeah, whatever. Okay. That's
Yeah, and then there's Sci-Fi Guy. Now, I did watch this guy's stuff, and I liked his videos.
All right, so give me a little bit about this guy. So I don't know. I've seen him like maybe, I don't remember which video he showed up in, but he showed up in a Nostalgia Critic video or two, I think.
Oh my God, there's not even a list of his videos. Well, he reviewed like The Core. That video was pretty funny. Final Fantasy, The Spirits Within, which is just an absurd movie. Demolition Man, that video was hilarious. Quite a few good movies. But then he got roped into Nostalgia Critic videos where he was not only portrayed as an idiot, but like a little bitch.
Right.
Don't have much else to say about him. This jowly fuck, though. What the fuck do you want to watch of this guy?
So, just go to YouTube. Blockbuster Buster. JL. It's Justice League movie. Again, Busted. Justice League, yep. No. It's not that one. No, it's not that. It's not that. It's not that one. Okay, put in the whole words, Justice League. The whole words. There it is. It's right there. There you go. And he guest stars with Linkara and what's her nuts.
So this is a triple dose of people I don't like.
Right. Go full screen. Let's go full screen with it. No. What are we doing? You're jumping too far ahead, Jason. A little bit, just skip a little bit ahead until we get some kind of idea what's going on. Previously, okay, this will help because right off the bat, I have no idea what's going on, right? Like this chick, who the fuck is this chick? I don't know. She's got magic powers though.
This is what I hated about this fucking crew was these stupid storylines, skits with their terrible special effects, shot in their house.
Yes.
Suburban Night, or not Suburban Nights, To Boldly Flee is like a fucking COVID movie because it's all shot in one tiny location.
They were really ahead of the curve there on the COVID
movie.
So this is, okay. Who is this chick? I don't know. You don't know who this chick is either.
No.
Okay. She's kind of muttering. No, we got to watch the scene, though. To see what's going on. So she teleports in there, right, to this room, to a big white room. Now, this is not somebody's house. This is like a classroom, right? But you can't touch the hammer. Can't touch the hammer.
There's some weapon you have hidden in your base, or by calling out to some of your friends for help. So I took away your options. No powers. No weapons. No friends. This.
Why didn't these fuckers ever just like hook up with some musicians and get some of their own music made instead of ripping that off anyway. No, that's unfair. God damn it. That's unfair. This seems rather recent. Is this like the former bitter that guy with the glasses people getting together, or is this
pretty much right? It's just when Justice League came out or so, right? They're reviewing the original theatrical cut.
I have a hard time remembering like when movies came out. I don't remember when that.
But yeah, this was right about there because she's got the blonde hair. She went blonde about that time. So your timeline. timeline would be correct.
That's why I asked, actually. I figured she was with the red hair.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I'm
What the
skipping
hell
ahead.
is that?
I'm
What is
skipping
that?
ahead.
No.
You know, we'd actually get there.
No, we don't want to watch this anyway. Okay.
What's going on the screen?
Skip a little bit. Skip.
It takes
a little
them
bit,
8 minutes to get to the review.
Oh yeah. And then they have to get in their costumes, and then let's skip ahead. Keep going. Get closer to the end. Let's say I don't see the time stamp on there. They talk about the movie. We don't care about. Okay, here we go. Hit play here.
That algorithm.
Nope, still working on it.
Is the movie review already over?
I actually keep going a little bit more because they do some crap.
Keep reviewing. That'll keep it at bay long enough for.
Keep reviewing. We're gonna keep reviewing. Just skip ahead.
Keep reviewing after that.
Yeah. Keep going.
You have no idea what's going on.
Keep skipping ahead. Keep going. Come on. It's a little bit. That's about the end of the movie. And there's a little trailer bait at the end of the movie. Talk a little bit. Okay, here we go.
God damn it.
Right
God
here.
damn it.
Here we go. Here, play this. Just hit play.
Until I get what I want.
They're still using this fucking
yeah.
He couldn't even think of
a dream, which is not superhero movie music, is it?
It's not.
It's
from a fucking movie about people dying of drug abuse. Is that what you're watching? Are they hinting? No.
Really, really good.
No. I have to get this out there. Are they hinting to us that they're all dying of drug abuse?
Yes. That's
Slam
the
your brains
implication.
together. 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah. I can't fight her with those powers.
Yeah. Is this what it's like?
And they land right next to him.
Yeah. I thought you just reviewed comics and movies and stuff. That too.
Sometimes I look at Power Rangers.
Oh, rockets are going to kill people.
I'm impressed by
So he has to stop her and stop the rockets that are on the way to kill people. Right? No. It's really good up here. No.
You're lying.
No, what? Oh, what? Oh, more guys show up. It's what's the nuts and who's it?
Wait.
What's the nuts and who's it?
It's fucking spooky-eyed Iron Man chick and Velma.
With the magic wand.
With the Harry Potter wand. It's Asian.
Asian Velma from Hogwarts. I don't know. Who are these people? What?
How? I
What?
monitored all communication with them.
Not all.
Oh, what?
Little Miss Gamer.
Now they're using the Superman music.
There you go. Now they're using
The
Superman.
animated
That
series.
sounds about right.
Yeah, we go that
It's
way
getting real good here, right? It's what?
But there
Every
was no
frame
stuff in
is
the missiles.
genius, but just
The
this.
coordinates were programmed.
Really, the coordinates?
You may have missiles, but we have Dr. Effect.
We have who?
I'm
Who the
a
fuck
mad
is that?
scientist. I've been reprogramming missiles since I was in kindergarten. And I teach reprogramming.
Why is his head cropped out of the shot? God, that guy fucking can't even get center of frame. What? The effects are out of the shot even. That's ridiculous. What just happened? Oh, it's great though. Still great.
Go help Linkara and Lupa. I have something.
Go help Linkara and Lupa. Okay. I can't put my hand down.
Your last chance to surrender, Una.
No!
Oh.
Glad we're on the same page.
Okay. What's wrong with her?
I am getting
Is that
this.
lady on
Okay,
crack?
I am
No.
getting. Hold on, stop. I am
What?
getting the sense that everything from Furiosa's shit was just one big long take where they just put a camera in her fucking face. I'm not even sure she was in the same room for a lot of this.
You're right. Yes. And this is all taking place in what looks like a classroom
It is a classroom.
Out of like not during classroom time. Some
There's a
college or
projector over here. There's
they
a
couldn't take out of the
whiteboard
room.
here.
Couldn't
There's
put
the
that in the
fire
hallway.
alarm. Yeah, that's the classic door. This is a classroom.
Right.
Let's show this prehistoric bitch how we do things downtown.
Ghostbusters.
Steal and dialogue, right. Oh, no, she's in the shot with her.
This is gonna hurt.
She's in the shot with her.
Was she
Oh,
really?
he's trying to get his hammer.
Wait. Was she really? That looked a little CG-ish.
Well, her throwing her was extra CG.
Oh,
they're definitely in the same shot, but this throw was CG.
This is gonna hurt.
And he's got to grab his hammer. It's Super Hammer. It's Blockbuster Buster Hammer. Oh, see, she's in the same shot. They're all together.
High five!
High five? What's that mean? What's that do?
It's the Iron Man 2.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Okay. It's nothing original here. Just lines from other movies.
Yes.
Oh, what the hell is that? Oh, whoa! It's a whip. It's a whip. It's a whip wand.
I kind of always wondered why the Harry Potter people didn't come up with a spell like that.
Like a whip wand. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, like it just seems kind of obvious, especially considering the Death Eaters really, really, really like torture. Like something that was cut out of the movies that's in the books, you know, Neville Longbottom, the chubby kid that's like all dorky and fucks up all the time.
Yeah.
His parents got tortured so bad they like broke him. They went catatonic, basically.
Mm.
Who else wants some?
Well, something was cut out there. That was kind of weird, right?
No! You shouldn't win. I should have your powers.
Is it really all that hard to just get a prop?
What do you mean?
Like a Mjolnir prop. Have you ever seen what...
That is his hammer, and he's had that hammer since the very first video. Yes, it's always been a hammer like that, and he originally he would use it to actually smash DVDs.
Fair enough. Okay.
So that is his thing.
No! You shouldn't win. I should have your powers. You should have gotten angry.
That's my secret, Anna.
I'm done.
Always angry. Anytime he does a Thor move. No.
No, I'm done. I'm done.
No, wait. It's not over.
I am
We're
fucking
almost there.
done.
We're almost there. No.
God damn it,
Come on.
Eddie.
Here we go. It's getting good. Yeah.
Good.
What?
Let's reverse the polarity.
Yeah, reverse the polarity. Yo!
Together. Now circle up and look heroic.
What? Come on, this. Circle up and look heroic. Come on.
Awesome in the trailer.
It was awesome in the trailer. Which is big. Yeah. Shooter with blades and me with energy effects. Oh yeah! Yeah, baby.
Cynthia Rothrock.
Fuck's sake.
No, you gotta see it. This is the best.
When will
I'm
you
serious.
do a
You
civil
wait.
word?
It's gonna get...
You're no match for me.
God damn it, there's that fucking
No, come
music
on.
again.
It's all been building up to this,
And
dude.
soon to be.
Serious. Oh, she's got the hammer.
Oh boy.
Well,
I care so much.
Oh, poop bags.
Una, give me the hammer. There might still be time.
time for what? You to keep producing a mediocre show? I don't feel so good. Oh, what's happening?
The hammer is not stupid, Buddha. It learns. A villain once used a loophole to pick it up and abuse its power. So the hammer evolved and developed a safeguard to prevent anyone from ever doing the same.
Safeguard? You mean I'm gonna...
He was trying to be
Fuck
kind.
me.
So high. Wait.
Sorry.
one day I could be exactly like you.
Who?
I hate that things ended up this way.
He idolized her. She's a great
And I
movie.
was wrong.
What?
You are.
She's the analogy for the nostalgia.
Analogy. Yeah, she's an analogy for for something.
Oh my God.
They're still playing the Tears for Fears. It's totally worth it, man. It's totally worth it.
Get us out of here.
That's the worst shit I've ever seen. Oh my fucking God. That was it. Once again, we have encountered anti-comedy. We've hit the stage where you broke my mind.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. And then there's Film Brain.
And then there's Film Brain.
What the
Film
fuck?
Brain did not have an epic crossover with anybody. He did do a crossover with, the nerd. I mean, the critic and some other guys. Man, he's looking clearly. Well, all right, I'll tell you that.
Just say it. Just fucking say it. God damn it.
I wonder which his family is probably definitely raped by the royal family.
I was just thinking the same thing. Oh my God, I was just thinking the same fucking thing. He looks so fucking much like one of them. Maybe he's like some exile of the family that became a fucking terrible movie critic.
Right, yep, exactly.
The only thing I know about this guy is he hated Inglorious Bastards and Spoony told him to go fuck himself.
Some people hated that movie just because they put 70s music in it, right?
I was
Hated the 70s music in it.
I was completely fine with the anachronistic music. Tarantino likes his fucking music. Let him put his music in.
and Brad Pitt's performance is a little over the top. You're either with it or you're like, it's going to grate on you. Right?
It's only a smidge over the top compared to the rest of the movie.
But Christoph Waltz is quite the discovery.
Christoph Waltz, okay. No shit. The first time I watched Django Unchained, I was expecting Dr. Schultz to turn on Django the entire movie because of Hans Landa.
Right.
That character was so fucking evil.
That character came out of...
The first thing I had to say after seeing Inglourious the first time was that movie made Nazis scary again.
Mm-hmm. But you see, that came out of necessity. It was originally supposed to be Leonardo DiCaprio.
I know, and I'm
glad.
But
if it had been, it wouldn't have had the impact that it does.
No.
It would have been a lot more of this kind of jerk-off.
What's your favorite Hans Landa moment?
It's a bingo.
My favorite is at the beginning when he pulls out the calabash pipe. And when he's got this look on his face, it's like a pleasant grin, and then it just melts off. Real slow. It's such a subtle change in his facial expression too, but it turns from pleasant to extremely unpleasant. And he just says, "You're sheltering enemies of the state, aren't you?" and the dude just gives in. And like, I love that whole scene. I love that part where he's like, we just have to double our efforts and then we can close the file we have on our family. And then it cuts to the guy doing an uncomfortable shift. Like, the fucking what? Did you just say the file in my family? Like, he doesn't say it, but you can tell he's thinking it.
Yeah. And he didn't like that movie. He didn't like it.
I guess not.
Well, it's been a pretty easy call for a lot of people to just write off Quentin Tarantino since.
And then there's
Quentin Tarantino.
Well, here's the thing. I haven't seen his last, like, 2 movies, I think. Maybe just one. Did he make 2 after Hateful Eight or just 1?
I think it's just Hollywood.
I hated Hateful Eight. I hated it.
Yeah, you know my theory on that.
I know. Explain your theory. Let's go. Let's do a little mini review of the Hateful Eight.
My theory is that he made it to be hated. Like, he knew that it was going to be one of them. Sooner or later, people were going to. This is the one that's bad.
Now, you've never explained that aspect of it. You've only ever said you thought he made it bad on purpose, as like a joke.
Well, as in the one movie that's just going to absorb all the criticism of his career. So this is going to be the one movie that's bad. I'm going to make it intentionally bad. It's going to be bad. And in a lot of ways, a tribute to bad movies and what makes bad movies bad, and why, and also the darker aspects of movies in general.
You know what? I've never thought of it that way. If that is really what he was going for, that's kind of brilliant. It's kind of perfect if that's what he was going for.
That's what I'm going to say, because I think it was a movie that was already getting out of control, and maybe it was a movie that he kind of let get out of control.
There is a shot in the movie I think they shouldn't have kept in.
There's more than a few shots in that movie they shouldn't have kept in.
Well,
and
somewhere
in there is a bit of his love for, like, even maybe the Coen brothers.
And bizarre sexual sadism towards women. Well, 2 movies now, we've seen a woman get choked to death very slowly.
Right.
But no, it's the shot actually where, oh God, what's his name? He's the hero, quote unquote, of Big Trouble in Little China. Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Where he smashes that guitar that he wasn't supposed to smash on purpose. I get why they kept it in. I get the whole genuine reaction thing, but her genuine reaction involves looking at the crew.
Yeah.
Because he destroyed like a $15,000 guitar in that shot by accident. He thought that was the prop. Dumb fuck.
Right.
But he didn't shoot someone.
No, he did not.
Now,
apparently there's a better Kurt Russell Western came out about that same time. And that might also be part of the reason that he wanted his movie to tank, because he likes
tits here. What do you got to say about this guy?
Oh, okay. Well, I just want to tell you real quick before that about Hateful Eight. Well, another reason he might have tanked Hateful Eight was because there's another Western he might have wanted to have more attention on. He always likes to point attention to, like, guys like Eli Roth and other guys he likes. And there was another Kurt Russell Western called Bone Tomahawk. Right.
Yeah.
And he wanted more attention on that. Right.
So how about this guy? The reason we're not going to watch any videos of his is because we will definitely get a copyright hit on you.
Well, we also didn't watch anything with Film Brain in it. It's just not watching a lot of videos.
I don't want to.
We're talking about, right?
Yeah. The only thing I know about.
Talking about, but he is one of the guys who came late to the channel Awesome, just in time though to be part of the.
He is there to be the bitch in the movies.
Right. Well, you saw him show up. He was yet another character from Princess Bride, the second character from Princess Bride.
This
Which,
guy,
you know,
I
it is to
mean,
be pointed out. Doug made a kind of assessment earlier on with these. There's 2 Harry Potters. There's also 2 characters from Lord of the Rings, and there are 2 characters from Princess Bride in that little fantasy adventure team, right? But
I did watch his videos, his observations of pop music were, yeah, they're okay.
They're all right, yeah. The best thing he does is a series he calls One Hit Wonders, where he talks about artists known for one song, and almost always there is another song. There is another song. You might not know it. It might have only got 62 in the top 100, but there is usually another song.
But after him, you know, there's no one to talk about, not at all.
Right.
We
blew it all, so I'm going to talk about Todd in the Shadows.
Bonus video. JewWario. The most uncomfortable topic in Channel Awesome history.
Well, I'm not seeing it yet. I think you need to share the screen. I think you share the window or share the tab or something. That was it. Because now I'm not seeing it now. I'm not seeing the JewWario. There we are. There we are.
Now this is the Channel Awesome version. Their wiki. It doesn't
doesn't mention anything.
But
with Blistered Thumbs.
I pulled this one up, and I'm going to read this quote. This iconic quote.
Time out real quick. Let me say JewWario. He's one of those guys, actually. He was everywhere. He was on Blistered Thumbs. He was on Channel Awesome. He's even shown up in a couple of the Game Chases videos, right?
Right.
And he was featured. He wasn't just they talked to him. He like showed him and talked to him. He's knowledgeable about old games and stuff.
So the iconic quote from Justin Carmichael, otherwise known as JewWario. You're not stupid, okay? You're not stupid. Don't ever tell yourself that you are. You're important. What you have in your head may not be a lot to a lot of people, but it's what makes you special. You're important. You mean something. You're going to get out there and you're going to do something. You're going to do some wonderful things. But first and foremost, you're not stupid. You're not an idiot. Don't ever let someone tell you you are. And if no one else tells you this, I will tell you this. I care about you. Says a guy who apparently groomed people and shot himself.
That sounds like the kind of thing a groomer would say.
It really kind of does. That's why I read it.
It did sound inspirational at the time, but then things started getting dark around him.
On January 23rd, 2014, he blew his head off with a fucking shotgun on the other side of a bathroom door with his wife on the other side of the door, telling him not to do it. And then years later, 2018, the not so awesome thing happened. The change the channel thing happened, and it was revealed slowly through the course of looking through all the documents and complaints and the poorly censored things that were put out and when we talked about this, we were theorizing that it might have been Lord Cat, because he's been accused of some nefarious things.
The chubby guy who was
the one
mad at Spoony.
Yes. Okay. And I'm seeing allegations of rape here. I'm seeing allegations of grooming here. And apparently it had something to do with Jesu Otaku. And in the things, we found out that the higher-ups of that guy with the glasses knew about this guy. They knew what he was doing, and they were covering up for him. I don't know why. Like, was he really so important? He was essentially their Mr. Rogers. They needed a Mr. Rogers, and that was what his contribution was. And he joined in 2006, which means he started doing videos as soon as people could start doing videos. There's a website. Oh my God, his website is still up. Did you know that?
No.
I didn't know that. Wow. Oh, that's a creepy picture too. But yeah, we had to end on the biggest black eye as far as the original and most important group of that guy with the glasses contributors.
Couldn't end on Todd in the Shadows.
No, we couldn't.
No.
Let's try to find something here. Okay, there's that. But I want like a comprehensive list. Well, let's just look at the main contributors then. Tamara. What do you got to say about Tamara?
Yeah, she's all right.
Tamara and Malcolm. They're a package deal. They're literally a package deal.
And the black guy. They basically to round out whatever Doug needs to do. Doug always puts on a if he could just do blackface and dress in drag, he'd be fine.
Yeah.
But
Mike
no,
Machad,
he needs a chick. He needs an actual chick.
Mike Machad is apparently a terrible person. Yeah. Tamara, I don't find her funny. Malcolm, I don't find him funny.
Now, Tamara does a couple things on the channel. It's just, hi, it's Tamara, and she does some stuff. Right?
PR.
Occasionally. Malcolm does not. I don't get the sense that Malcolm has any interest in doing other than, just whatever he wants him to do.
I don't know
who doesn't have any personal interest, right?
I don't know who Pushing Up Roses is, and the other one is Rob.
The other guy.
Rob is a douchebag as far as I know.
I believe he's dating Tamara.
Really?
Yeah, look at the faces. They both have the same grin.
Oh, the little dude who did the funny thing. That was 8-Bit Mickey. That's what his name was.
8-Bit Mickey.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember now.
The one guy that got a laugh. 8-Bit Mickey.
I've never heard of most of these people. We didn't really say much about Brad Jones. I guess I'll pull him up.
Oh, that's right. We did. Did we just skip over him?
We did. We completely skipped over
him. How did we skip? Well, we're going to close out with Brad. The true last holder-out on the channel Awesome, and probably because he wasn't even checking his account. But he lasted slightly longer than Guru Larry. Right.
I wasn't gonna bring this up, but I guess I will. These guys, they got... When were they involved? Doesn't really say. These guys went on to be super fucking popular and eventually reached legitimacy. This guy has been in Dragon Ball video games. I think he's been in actual anime now. Two of the other guys have been in anime now, at actual dubs. But I guess at some point they were involved with that guy with the glasses. They're called Team 4-Star. Maybe it'll say here. I don't know. It doesn't say. Oh, wait. Oh,
This episode
never
brought to you
mind.
by Honey.
That doesn't exist anymore. Cinema Snob. I mean, thanks for letting us all see Jillian's boobs. That was nice of you. Those were as delightful as I always hoped they would be. But the only videos he has ever made that I've found entertaining have been the ones where he tries weird foods and the video where he reviews Caligula.
Well, see, the thing is, he reviews a lot of porn parodies, which are all the same. And after you reviewed a couple, it's just like pointless.
Yeah.
Not pointless. It's the same kind of gag. He doesn't show anything.
According to you, he has like the 80s Dan character became a thing.
And there's 80s Dan. He's got a couple characters, not just the Cinema Snob. And he's just Brad Jones when he reviews just regular movies.
I think he's a douchebag.
Well, he has a couple of years worth of videos where he's in a car reviewing a movie with somebody who just went to see it.
Yeah, I know. I've seen
And then recently, when everything has started going streaming, he still got in a car and reviewed a movie with somebody he saw, even if they were streaming. And then recently, he's gotten down to just a video where it's just his fucking head in front of his shelf of stuff. And he's just reviewing it by himself. And those videos have actually gone down to about 7 minutes or so. They're now much quicker, and he just gets it over with. But he's still like reviewing every fucking thing, like unnecessarily everything.
I always thought he seemed like a douchebag, but the way he handled the change the channel stuff was pretty douchey too.
Oh, really? I don't even know what he did.
I just remember him saying something like, Logan Paul survived the dead body thing. We'll be fine.
He's not Logan Paul.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even think of it that way.
But he's he's mostly, for the most part, just hands off. He didn't say anything and do anything for that period. Just let it go. And really, he's just been floating along doing the same thing. And strangely enough, is he's actually had a Cinema Snob movie. He made a Cinema Snob movie. And then he made another Cinema Snob movie. Just him and some other characters, friends of his. Right?
Oh, here's the list.
And he's done a bunch of movies himself, which are like, I don't know, thrillers, and some of them are supposed to be, and some others that are supposed to be comedies. He crowdfunded a movie called Jesus Bro, which is a parody of a very, very niche kind of film. He's parodying those pure flicks like Christian films, right?
Yeah.
But who the fuck has seen those? He's watching them ironically, so it's for the audience who watches those movies ironically, which is not a lot of people. Come on. Who's watching the pure flicks ironically? Nothing happens. So it's a very narrow audience.
Actually, no.
Any interest in Jesus?
Those movies have made millions of dollars, so hundreds of millions of dollars.
Is he hoping somebody's going to get their hands on it that is a Christian? No, that's not what he's going for. I don't know what Jesus Bro even is, but he crowdfunded it. And I tuned into some live streams where he was sitting on a couch with a bunch of his friends that are also in the movie. And they're all just kind of sitting there. They weren't even talking much. They're kind of one person at the keyboard at the far end of the couch. They were just watching the chat go by, and they were just like, "Man, this is some exciting crowdfunding live stream. You get to talk to the cast of Jesus, bro." Like, I don't know what happened. All right, with Brad Jones. At one point, he was kind of interesting. Jesus, bro. I have no interest in crowdfunding that movie or seeing it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see Jesus, bro. Much less pay them to make it in the first place. But they finished it. They made Jesus, bro, and there you go. Right on. He's actually, at this point, I think Brad Jones is like a bunch
Wow.
How many movies does Brad Jones have? Actually, looked at it. You see, how many movies has Brad Jones made? He might have IMDb. Oh, you're looking up James now?
It's just, I'm shocked that the Nostalgia Critic article about him contains only one reference to James Rolfe.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Brad Jones, IMDb. Yeah. How is that Brad Jones? Is that the one? I guess it is Springfield. It's got to be him. Okay. How many movies does he have? Actors, the Cinema Snob, the movie. Yeah. Click on his page. That's him. That's definitely him. He's 5'7". That's definitely him. Okay, how many movies? The Cinema Snob.
I think we need to look at producer.
Here we go. Movie. No. Movie. Cinema Snob. Legends.
Maybe director.
The movies he made.
I don't know how to separate the internet stuff. Well, I mean, it's all internet
stuff. Yeah, click director.
Maybe cinematographer?
Nah, just, no, there you go. Right down below. Keep going. At the bottom, there you go. Highlight the gold where it says director. 29 credits.
But the Cinema Snob stuff is there too.
Sure.
And Brad tried all of them.
Documentary short film, okay. The Reviewers, which that's a short film. The Hooker with the Heart of Gold. Okay, these are the movies here, right?
Yeah.
Game Boys, Midnight Heat, Freak Out, Sadistic Bitch. No. A bunch of movies.
The one who truly crawled through a river of shit and came out clean is this guy.
Well, because his association with him is very, not really. You know what I mean?
But if this guy doesn't exist, Nostalgia Critic doesn't exist, he would have been lost to obscurity.
Yeah, that's
it was literally because this guy is too nice to say no.
Mm-hmm.
And we will probably talk about this guy in the future in great detail because there's a lot to say about him at this point. It's mostly good. Some people have some bad things to say about him, but we'll probably talk about that too. I don't agree with those things, but you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when it comes to the nerd, you have to ask yourself, when he came to popularity, was there just this big push for retro games and he kind of cashed in on that? Or did he kind of get that thing started?
He got that started.
Because if that's the case, then he's more influential than we really even give him credit for.
The 2004 thing right there, that wasn't made for YouTube. That was just a joke video he made for his buddies, and he put it up on the internet. That's the Castlevania Simon's Quest video. And then in 2006, I believe, he decided to do it one more time for YouTube and did the Jekyll and Hyde thing, and then it took off from there. But yes, I absolutely think this guy contributed to the nostalgia craze. Birthed it, possibly.
Right, because when he was doing that, they were still working.
Every single person who does fucking YouTube review videos apes off this guy in some way or another.
And and when those videos first hit the market, those games were still worthless.
Yes.
The blockbusters were on their way out still.
And he just so happened to make a movie that was about a legend, an urban legend in video games, just in time for that urban legend to be proven true. The timing on that, you gotta love it.
Well, maybe about the Polybius?
No, the E.T. cartridges. As he was making that movie, they discovered that, yeah, they really did bury a whole fuck ton of those things out in the desert, and we found them.
And he had in the movie one of the guys who worked on the game, or the guy who worked on the game.
Yeah, the one guy.
But he didn't really cash in on it as much as he should have. For all that he's done, he really is a bit of a fool when it comes to his ability to self-promote or his ability to really cash in on his own thing.
But
for one of his biggest periods, he was hooked up with Screw Attack, which was on game trailers, and he did get fucked out of a lot of money, considering how huge and influential he was. There were a lot of other guys who really made it out of there a lot better than he did. Oh my God, a ton of people made money off of his stuff. Right.
600,000. That's all.
I know, and he's doing okay, but he's not. Nostalgia Critic's way better off than he is.
That makes me sad because he's by far probably the most talented out of all of these fuckers.
And he still does most of the work himself. You can see how he cuts corners from. Especially after I saw the behind-the-scenes video about how he just tries to, maximize his effort.
But this is turning into
and it's unfortunate he is where he is with the video, where his content is becoming less relevant all the time. And I wish that he could have transitioned to newer stuff. He used to have a crew of guys that were interesting and fun. Mike Matei was making his channel more fun. He was doing live streams. Mike Matei's entertaining.
I found out that story about Mike Matei showing his dick to everybody on Reddit was greatly exaggerated. That was not actually his penis.
Right. I figured he's not. It didn't seem like
he was drunk and he decided to fuck with everybody. He'd post a picture of a dick. Be like, oh, this is mine.
That's still stupid. But so now, James should be in a better position. I could say that, but I mean, he's successful as he wants to be. He made a movie, and I totally believe he's got another movie coming too. What he says is that his next movie, he's going to be smart about it. He's going to downscale, and he's going to make it scary. Because that's really where his passions are, is to make him.
Well, he should, because that Polybius video showed that he has some interesting horror ideas.
Right, and the way the Board James ended was horror, and a lot of the Board James episodes were horror, right, with Mr. Bucket and stuff like that. Mr. Bucket, right? You remember that one?
I didn't see the Board James video. Oh my God, Doug Walker is worth fucking 4 times as much. Wait, more than 4. Yeah, 4 times.
Wow.
That's awful.
So, it is.
That's awful. There's estimates as high as 6 million.
Now, well, that's because he made so much money off of the whole. If James Rolfe actually had done what Doug Walker had done and kind of took all these game reviewers under his umbrella.
You know what the difference is? Yeah, it's that right there. James has always made his shit on his own. Doug made his money off the backs of a whole lot of people who weren't getting paid.
Yeah.
And weren't allowed to advertise. And every fucking person we listed off tonight got fucked over by Doug one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there are any, except Brad, I guess.
Including, James Ralph.
Yeah.
His association with them has kind of lowered himself.
Yeah.
It could be great if he was able to just, you know, if he wasn't associated with them. Hold on, just 1 second.